What we're about to do here is something we do once a week called Newsday, where I show wholesome news articles and whatnot. We're starting a little early. Normally we do it at 6, but we're gonna get this going here. Let me pull up. We got to do a couple, one or two maintenance things. We got Newsday here. Boom. Pop out chat. What up, Leafy? Hoodie, my dog, was good. You. We're gonna run this one back. We showed this one in yesterday's stream. Ali, I appreciate the follow, truly. We showed this one yesterday. We'll start with this. This was just kind of like a react video yesterday, but it was so good. All right, let me pause the music. Let me get desktop audio enabled in my VOD. Hopefully I will remember. We're here. You guys are looking cute. Oh yeah, good comms. I need to get off words on stream. We're gonna go news reacts. I think it's what it was called. Yep. Delete the rest of my stream title and just say Newsday now. Get in here or be a cow. But cows are cool, so you know it's not even an insult if you're not. Boom. All right, yo. So we're gonna run this one back from yesterday. It's super funny.
Oh crap! What do you?
Let me know. The audio should be good. Yeah.
What are you doing here? I'm really sorry. I was going to ding dong ditch you guys. I'm super sorry.
Did your dad know you're out here doing this? I will call him right now.
Yeah, he does know.
I doubt that.
I doubt that. And then the dad goes,
I've been caught!
"What's the holdup?" Whoa.
Is that your dad?
Yeah.
He goes ding dong ditching with you?
Yeah, he says it's a core childhood memory and he wants to be a part of it.
That's so dope. I love that. I also love how well-mannered this kid is that even here, he doesn't run through the grass. He runs.
Are you kidding me?
Then he goes the wrong way. He goes left. The dad goes this way. And then you see the kid correct himself. That's so good. Okay, the first real news day. Everyone sit, get comfy. We got a good one this week. As we've started to do the react sections of streams at the beginning, it's filtered out these news days to be even better. Hoodie, Leafy, I'm glad you're back with dinner. Aaliyah, welcome in. Like I said, this is something we do once a week, every Tuesday. For the 98% of the time, I don't watch these videos that we're about to watch all the way through. I just watch enough to make sure that they're wholesome, basically. But I try to keep it raw and reacting on stream. And yeah, so the first one, I give them random names just on the little bit that I'm able to deduce from what I absorb. So this first one's called Totally Tubular. Seal shreds waves like a pro. The seal was spotted shredding waves off of New Zealand. Oh, dude,
only one out.
It kind of, if you didn't know better, I would think it was like a giant lamprey or something. When it gets on its side, it looks very tubular.
There he is. Yes.
Not to do the pun on the surfing thing, that was actually inadvertent there.
Mate, go.
But tube-like. Yo, what up, Habits? Habit School, how are you? We're doing a little news day, my friend.
He's better than some people at TA.
He's better than some people, dude. A freaking someone from New Zealand roasting your surfing, that's funny. All right, this next one is David Attenborough plus Bigfoot. Yes, please.
In 1951, the famous Himalayan explorer and mountaineer Eric
Habibsky
came across some huge footprints
Habib Scussi
in a high snowfield that looked as if they'd been made by some kind of giant ape. Shipton's Sherpa companions had no doubt about what had made them. A yeti.
I hope you've been doing well.
An abominable snowman.
Thank you all for being here.
Well, there is one small specimen acquired by the museum and kept in its vaults that might just explain those prints. It was found in a shop in Hong Kong that sold Chinese traditional medicines.
If you're curious why there's a picture of one of my dogs over there, it's to block the comments before I have a chance to potentially vet them.
It was the molar tooth of some kind of ape-like creature, except that it was huge. The museum has only got a fragment. This is it. But here's a cast of a complete one, and it's 6 times the size of one of ours. It was given the name Gigantopithecus, giant ape. After that discovery, 1 or 2 more teeth were discovered, but nothing much until eventually a piece of the lower jaw was found. The original is now in America. This is a cast. But here is the lower jaw. If this animal had a skull with the same proportions as those of a gorilla, its complete skull would have been this big. This was a true monster.
Ooh. Dude, David Attenborough is an absolute goat. Dude, I can watch almost anything David Attenborough. Okay, the next 2 are 2 angles at a major archaeological find in Peru. Oh, yeah, you gotta do pokey start. In between, near this city, there's Lima for reference. Newly discovered ancient city. A city in Peru thought to be 3,500 years old, which is actually significant in terms of like the timeline of major civilizations. Located around 200 miles north of Lima, urban center. Okay, hold on. Boom. The site bears a striking resemblance to the ancient city of Caral, the oldest civilization in the Americas. Scientists believe Peneco was formed after Caral collapsed due to climate change. Whoa. Archaeologists identified up to 18 structures, including ceremonial temples, residential complexes, and murals. Peru is home to many of America's most significant archaeological discoveries, including the Incan ruins of Machu Picchu and the mysterious Nazca Lines. Okay, that was part 1. Hold on. Skirt. Up. No, I don't want a pokey start. You saw Barcelona's win? Okay, and then the next one, speaking of finds, we try to structure these together to have a decent flow.
A couple uncovered a gem of a find last week. Take a look at this. Scott and Jennifer Freitas. They say that they unearthed this 3.36 carat white diamond at Crater of Diamond State Park.
Oh my gosh. Go to Diamond State Park, find diamonds. It's road itself.
The company rents equipment for diamond mining at the
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Arkansas Park. That rare find could be worth tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, 2 red cards, harsh. Wicked. Imagine going there and finding 3.36. So next one, cigarette snack company.
Giant corporations kept selling us addictive, unhealthy products with manipulative advertising. Sound familiar? that's no coincidence.
Back in the 80s, the biggest tobacco company in the world, Philip Morris, was rolling in cash. Guess what they spotted as being a natural extension of their tobacco business? Processed food.
First, they bought food giant General Mills, followed by Kraft, and then Nabisco. By the early 90s, Philip Morris was the largest producer of food in
wicked.
the world.
That is wicked. It's a little segment. Okay, the Postal Service's birthday. Happy birthday.
Founded on an idea, needs a way to spread them. Saturday marks the 250th birthday of the U.S. Postal Service. Its first postmaster, Benjamin Franklin, believed that the communications routes binding the 13 colonies were essential to civic life, a connective tissue for public and private affairs. Over time, the Postal Service became as various as the country it served. In 1913, an 8-month-old baby in Ohio was mailed to his grandmother a few miles away.
What?
Safely delivered. In
Safely
1958,
delivered.
the Hope Diamond was shipped through the mail. You can send, and people have, potatoes, bricks, coconuts, frisbees, plastic pumpkins, even a single banknote, as long as the address fits and the postage is paid. Today, the Postal Service maintains one of the largest civilian vehicle fleets in the world, 257,894 vehicles. In 2024 alone, it ordered more than 491 million rubber bands, enough to stretch around the globe.
Wicked.
Its buildings are in the nation's nooks and crannies. The smallest post office sits in Ochopee, Florida.
What's dope is a couple months ago, one of the news days was about the Postal Service that rides like donkeys and mules to get into this like small village in the Grand Canyon, essentially.
Florida, about the size of a broom closet. The Supai Post Office lies at the bottom of the Grand Canyon, accessible only by mule. In Texarkana, one federal post office straddles 2 states. And maybe now, when its very existence feels threatened, the Postal Service offers more than delivery. It offers a reprieve from the speed and shallowness of digital life. A letter is love made physical. You must slow down. You must make an effort.
Dude, letters are real.
Find the address.
Okay, new thing. Well, never mind. It's a little harder because you don't give people your address. Damn. It's the time I get a P.O. box and people can write letters to each other to the P.O. box and I'll read them on stream.
Yes. Hunt for the box. Write something real. Loop the words by hand or bang them out on a typewriter.
Bang them out on a
and
typewriter.
The motion itself becomes connection.
That's true.
The recipient learns something
but I mean,
about
couldn't you, I guess, at this age, argue that the like textile feel of typing on a keyboard to write an email, if we're talking if we're counting a typewriter,
from your handwriting, the imagined clack of your keys. A letter doesn't ping; it lingers. The Postal Service is enshrined in the Constitution, but it no longer holds the central role it once did. Still, it reminds us of something older and deeper, the importance of ideas and of taking the time to pass them along with care. The Republic's first institution may fade, but the need it answered, the human urge to connect, endures and must still be nurtured.
Yeah, this did get deep. Okay, next one. Need this tree as my healer on Rivals. I go sleep. See you later. Thank you so much for dropping in, bud. I will see you around, I'm certain.
And that stump right there, this one right here, and this one right here are all doing the same thing. So this tree was cut down quite a while ago, and you can see how the bark has grown over the wound to seal it off. That's because this tree is still alive, despite it having been cut down. What the cuss? What the heck? What's going on here? Well, the answer is community. See, in a healthy, mature forest ecosystem like this, all these trees, shrubs, and plants are connected to one another through their roots by various mycorrhizal fungi, which connect at the root tips to create communities of different species that all share resources and nutrients with one another when they're in need. Energy in this system flows from sources of high energy to sinks of low energy, so that when one tree is photosynthesizing really well and producing excess sugars, for example, those sugars will flow down that tree to its roots to the fungi in the soil, who distribute that to those in the community who might not be doing so well, so that everything here can thrive. Trees like this one here When it got cut down, it was old enough to be really well connected to everything else here, acting as a really important hub or node for the fungi to transfer these nutrients. So when it was felled, it became an energy sink. So all these other trees here, which were sources, were able to send it the energy it needed to continue to grow layers of cambium.
He breaks down some like like I don't know what this is exactly, natural sciences, arbology. He breaks it down real well.
Seal off the wound to continue to live, even though it isn't able to photosynthesize or contribute to the rest of the forest in the same way. It's an incredible example of how interconnected these forest ecosystems have evolved to be, with communities of different
Unless
species
you were being
helping
sarcastic.
one another out. But complexities like this are only able to exist amongst a healthy diversity of different species at different ages, like that which has been maintained here at Wildwood, which is a community-led demonstration ecoforest on Vancouver Island, where this old-growth forest ecosystem of coastal Douglas firs has been managed for almost 80 years. This project shows that it is totally possible to manage our forests, not just for timber, but for other values, while maintaining the ecological complexity that makes them so unique. We just need to shift our perspective on these forests from resources to the intricate, interconnected ecosystems that they are.
Is the kid you're about to have, is it your first? Because you're already great at the dad jokes.
Pretty cool.
Well developed. Okay, that was dope. This next one, AI Beehives. Bars?
Beehive uses AI-powered cameras and robotic arms to save the bees that pollinate 75% of our crops. After centuries without innovation, the traditional wooden beehive has gotten a high-tech upgrade. A startup called Beewise has built these smart hives they call bee homes that capture thousands of images of each honeycomb frame, analyzing up to 6,000 individual cells where bees store honey and raise larvae. The AI detects early warning signs like disease-carrying mites or declining larva counts faster than human beekeepers. When problems are spotted, the system automatically responds, administering medicine, adjusting temperature.
Sativa. It's incredible. I've never heard that. That seems like it might be known. I've never heard that. Wow. It becomes apparent. Get it? Apparent. Apparently, that was... Y'all are great. I mean, y'all are killing it, guys.
Or alerting beekeepers. The robotic arm can open and close vents to protect against
good.
pesticides in the air or other environmental variables. While traditional hives...
bees, maybe for a lot of... Well, no, there's probably something important to learn from every single animal on the planet, but there are some more pivotal, it seems, and the bees are one of them.
Face over 40% annual colony losses, Beewise reports just 8% losses thanks to constant monitoring. With 300,000 bee homes already protecting crops across America, the technology addresses a critical crisis. Since 75% of crops depend on pollinators, these AI beekeepers could be essential for food security.
Wait, what's wicked is that I wonder what crops don't need pollinators, like of some of the main ones, 25% of them, so potatoes maybe? The ones that grow underground, carrots, question mark?
The company aims to reach 1 million units within 3 years, racing to...
Would somebody look up what are some of the notable plants, or it's not plants, crops that don't need pollinators?
Save the
cabbage.
Agricultural systems that depend
on... That makes sense. Rice. Okay, those are two good guesses. I like rice. I like cabbage. What did I say? Potatoes and carrots. Yo, that's pretty dope. Okay, next one. Ball boy hype video. We got a couple sports ones. Y'all know I gotta throw some sports ones in. The Phillies made a hype video for their ball boy, Adam Fragnoli, who is on the ballot for the ball crew at the MLB All-Star game. You absolutely love to see it. Deserves it. Oh, look at the snag. Asparagus. And broccoli, maybe. Dude, one-handed.
Alright, so all fans can vote.
Dude, look at him. Oh my god, he's a phenom. Yo, dude, I love that they made a hype video. Yo, what up, Microdose? Look at the snag. Left-handed, tracking, one hand. Oh. Dude, even the catcher gave him a dope boom boom. I wanna feel your legs all over my ears. Yo, welcome in, Microdose. I wanna take your brain back a couple of years. Ooh, we do need to mix it up off. Blurps. Sound alerts. Hold on, I should do. Yo, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Welcome in. We're just watching this hype video on the ball boy from the Phillies, who's a phenom, dude.
Vote for Adam. He works hard. All right, so all fans can vote.
That's cool. They got like a ball crew.
Last year, there was a group of finalists.
Dude, hold on, I gotta run this back. This is wicked.
Who were selected and then voted upon to represent their two ball boy positions.
Of course, we're calling Batman. Batman.
Locked in. Snag.
Vote for Adam. He works hard.
All right, so all fans can
Beat. Gets to the ball before the manager's gonna get it, or one of the players or somebody in the actual dugout says, nah, son. I'm built for this. That's a snag, dude. Left-handed. Plucks it. Even I love that. I love that from the catcher.
Some suggestions coming in. How about that throw? Brock.
Easy. Too easy for him.
Brock.
Vote for Adam. He works hard.
All right, so all fans can vote.
Yo, when he has his helmet on, he looks like he's 8. That picture of him just a minute ago, he looked like he was 24. All right, that was so sick. Traffic controllers, but for wells.
Wellspring, Yang Ming Wellspring. This is the Valella off your starboard beam.
Valella, please go ahead. This is Wellspring.
What channel, sir?
Go to 06.
Wellspring, this is the Valella off your starboard beam. My name is Sean Hastings and I work for NOAA's Channel Islands National Marine Sanctuary. And I just want to say a big thank you to you and your crew for transiting at a whale-safe speed. There's a half dozen humpbacks in the channel as we speak, and we couldn't ask you to do anything more than what you're doing right now. So again, thank you to you and your crew, and thanks to Yang Ming for participating in the Protecting Blue Whales and Blue Skies program. Over.
Thank you for your appreciation. We'll maintain the same 10 knots and less than that. And we also love animals and whales.
Thank you, Captain.
What did I miss? One. Ooh, and Clipper's almost at a mil. There was one time where Nim and Matchy got to like 8 and 9 mil, respectively, getting lucky on the gamble things. But I don't know where they're at now. It's not in the millions. Clipper's almost at a mil. Okay, so that was dope. This next one is called a Extinction project.
When humans first arrived on Aotearoa, New Zealand, about 800 and 900 years ago, there were 9 species of these dinosaur-sized giant birds.
It's one of the only birds ever known that has no wings at all.
Their existence was almost mythological.
Sativa, all of the Creed seed you gained Saturday night when you got fights, when you predicted correctly on the fights, gone out the window.
There were probably 150,000.
That's a bug.
Giant bugs.
No, you did. Remember, off stream Saturday night, I would have went in and added Creed seed for those who got UFC. What was it, 319? Anyways, for those who predicted the fights correctly, got Creed seed. Oh, Peter Jackson, the legend,
was walking around.
Within the first 150 years of human presence, all 9 species became extinct.
We really need to have a look at what's happened in the past and now look towards the future.
The story of the moa, there's a very interesting background and back history of Māori ancestral.
No, I think you're no. You're confusing channel points with the stream element points, and they can be different names in different streams. My channel points are called Creed Mead, and it's a picture of like a couple different kinds of beers. And then Creed Seed is what's on Stream Elements.
Interactions with the animal.
The idea that we could see one again, return it back to the ecosystem.
Today we announced a new Colossal. That's, I think, the same company that brought back the dire wolf, ? The legendary moa of New Zealand, hunted to extinction within 150 years of human arrival. The moa endures in cultural memory as a symbol of wonder and loss. Now a de-extinction initiative coordinated by the Research Center. Boom.
Maori and bring back this animal that has a cultural heritage here. It's almost overwhelming.
I'm pretty stoked about this partnership. It's going to involve both a big conservation project, biobanking, local species, birds that are endangered.
What's great about de-extinction is it acts as this engine to drive conservation action.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that, right?
That benefits not just the moa, but all native species in New Zealand.
Once we're able to harness that technology of actually creating more birds or cloning birds, it can be applied.
Yeah. Channel points, aka Creed meat, is what you see in chat at the bottom left, and that's what you spend on when you go into that little menu. You do ! store to see how you spend your Creed seed. And one of the geneticists who work on the dire wolves explaining how they technically aren't dire wolves, but genetically they are near identical, except they will be less like dire wolves as they reproduce.
To a whole slew of conservation projects.
And eventually, bringing the moa back to life.
We really want this to be a Maori-led initiative, and I'm really excited that we're able to do that here.
There's going to be undoubtable ramifications for the conservation work that we're involved with.
It's really their vision, really putting the Maori first.
This isn't the scientists telling the indigenous people what to do. It's a complete partnership.
What I've heard over the last 2 days fills me with hope.
Empowering.
Hope is restored.
Oh, good comms, Microdose.
Peter's a visionary. He always held this dream.
We're now at the point where being extinct isn't really the end of the story.
Which is weird, again, and you can't
So
help
we
but
don't
think
wanna
of the
release
Jeff Goldblum, what Dr. Ian Malcolm, I believe his name is, in Jurassic Park.
Into the wild, and we don't want to put them into zoos. So we want to be able to give the moa, a natural environment as big as we possibly can.
Yo, his eyebrows are growing wicked. They're starting to look like worm tongues.
The moa inspires the imagination.
Cool. Okay, next one, Wicked Drone Tech. Your boy is in his bag. We're getting in and out of story so good, so well.
Drone detects the scent.
A biohybrid drone harnesses the power of nature.
It moves forward, responding to the smell.
How does it pick up the smell and move? It's actually equipped with something special. Do you mean this? It's a little fuzzy? Antenna of a silkworm moth attached. But a real moth antenna that's still alive.
The secret behind the drone.
PB redeemed. I write you a poem. You gotta let me know. It might. I'll look at it after.
To detect scent lies in the antennae of a silkworm moth. Male silkworm moths have an incredible sense of smell that can detect female pheromones from several kilometers away.
I agree, Steve. I think
these antennae have the ability to generate electric signals when they detect pheromone scents.
Depending on how they get them.
Using this property, he detached a moth's antennae and placed them between two electrodes, turning it into a scent-detecting sensor. Amazingly, the antennae can retain their sensitivity for about 5 hours after being removed from the moth.
I don't like that she's not pronouncing it antennae. Antennae. Okay, the next one's called Absolutely Not.
Has been
Supersized stick insect discovered in Australia.
abducted by aliens.
15 inches long, heaviest insect in the country. And I mean, if it's that in Australia, it's probably that in the world.
By aliens.
Yeah, nah. Mm-mm. Okay, the next one, y'all might have seen this one. This story got pretty popular. Fake nurse helps thousands.
Are you auto?
Fake nurse arrested after seeing more than 4,000 patients. A woman has been arrested in the United States on suspicion of posing as an RN. Autumn provided medical services to more than 4,000 patients, but contract with her employee was terminated due to concerns about her qualifications. This is one of the most disturbing cases of medical fraud we've ever investigated.
Can you step out of the car for me, please?
This was the moment a woman in the US was arrested.
That's good. That's a good question, BB.
Posing as a fake nurse.
Oh, wait, what's going on?
About half that size? Was it in Fallout? The moth?
Police say Autumn Badissa had provided medical services to more than 4,000 patients while working for a hospital in Florida. An investigation was launched after bosses terminated her contract due to concerns about her
only noticed because they were going to promote it?
The 29-year-old is accused of submitting false documentation and providing a license number belonging to a nurse with the same first name as hers. She claimed she recently got married and had changed her surname, but when asked to provide proof of this, never did. Police said Badissa potentially put thousands of lives at risk, and it was one of the most disturbing cases of medical fraud they'd ever investigated.
That one's a tough one, right? Because it's like, yes, if she's not truly certified and knowledgeable and had studied up, it's like healthcare is maybe the most risky, morally questionable thing to try to just like take shortcuts in, right? And like do things below board. But like at the same time, some people, like, you know what I mean? Like if she's done 4,000, I would imagine that most of her patients, everything went well enough to where things weren't brought up. Like Hoodie says, they only noticed when they're going to promote her, so I imagine things were going well. But it's kind of interesting, right? Because like it is risky and it's incredibly irresponsible if you don't know what you're doing, right? But can people know what they're doing and be like savants at stuff without actually having the official accreditations for stuff? Absolutely. And at the same time, you're providing a fantastic service to like people, you know, especially in times like this where healthcare and the, you know, everything's so expensive. So it's a toss up. Leafy, having recently worked as like an EMT, this is in his wheelhouse. Funny thing is, she's probably better than some certified nurses. That's like at 4,000 patients and likely to get a promotion. You gotta imagine she was killing it, right? She was killing it. So it's definitely, it makes you think. Okay, the next one, Portland's Zany contest.
Is when you're
Parallel parking contest keeps Portland weird.
Put your car in reverse. Listen for
That's
the whistle.
mad. Surely you'd want to see docs before. Docs as in documents.
That's
well, I think they alluded to there that she had the name. She had the same name or something as, or it was something to do with the name of somebody who was an RN, and then she got married and changed her name.
Begin. You're going to be judged based on time.
Y'all never seen Young Black Jack? Young Jack Black? Young Black Jack. What? Young Jack Black?
Time, the distance from the curb, the length of the vehicle, and if there's any flare involved. Like,
yeah, and like with her story, it doesn't seem like she was doing it like just to make money and was doing it irrespective or regardless of her patient's well-being. Now, that whole video doesn't lend to that, but again, that story kind of popped off, and before I could show it, I've kind of seen some extra information about it.
Ooh, that's a tight.
A parallel parking contest. Who thinks they could compete in this? Smash it as in like wreck your car? I feel like I'd be pretty good at it. About 40 people gathered at Pine Street and 29th Ave. If Clipper's here, Clipper, I know you're in the Pacific Northwest. Next year, we're going to the parallel parking competition, and I'm entering it. That's what I thought you meant, PB. I'd run over the curb. I just show up in a Tesla and auto park. First parallel parking contest organized by local residents Daniel and his husband Casey. In large cities across the country, parallel parking is impossibly tight, and in impossibly tight spaces is seen as almost a rite of passage. Those skills were put to the test as dozens of people competed in a parallel parking contest in Southeast Portland.
Stay where you are, please.
That was really good.
The parking brake, you know.
If nothing else, I want to be a ref. The rules are simple. Don't hit the bumper, don't hit the curb, and attempt to park as cleanly and quickly as possible. All backup cameras were covered. Style points were also awarded. Skirt. Oh, dude, I'd be whipping. So proper. Grand prize. Oh, that's kind of cool. The winner would be awarded. Hopefully that gets better and bigger over time. A toy Subaru. That's so Portland. Spray painted gold and a small plaque that read grand prize. Ghost. Okay, so again, I try to structure it. I try to put little. So we go from parking and being at the helm to ghost whipping the boat, but unintentionally. Runaway boat powers on after two brothers fall into water.
On the water turned into a nightmare for two brothers. 15-year-old Duke Brimhall is wakeboarding as his big brother Bo leaves the wheel to hand him a soda, but slips. Yep, 21-year-old Bo fell.
Now the younger one's like, "Oh shit!" And I probably would start trying to pull himself in.
Montana. It's now a runaway boat pulling Duke.
My first thought was like, holy cow, that's crazy. So I got to get on the boat and stop it.
As Duke tries to pull himself into the boat, a wave hits and he falls in. So now what? You guys are in the water and the boat's just motoring away from you?
Ghost whipping.
We thought we were dead in the water. Like, if the boat crashes, we're going to be in big trouble by our parents.
In a Montana lake.
Helplessly as their motorboat powered on with nobody at the wheel. They were left to fend for themselves in open water. But as luck would have it, two jet skiers saw everything and came to the rescue. Look closely. You can see the heroes racing into action.
No. Okay, so first off, let's assume screw the boat. Boat ghost whips, crashes, GG's. Their dads have to buy a new boat. Okay? Probably gets a lot of it back in insurance. They're chilling. But the jet skiers being there so these guys don't have to tread water or swim from the middle of the lake. Although this kind of angle, if my life depended on it, maybe not with my need currently, but I think I could maybe swim that distance. Anyways, them just saving. If they go on to fucking Clint Eastwood or something, Arthur Morgan and the Dutch Vanderlyn gang get on like next to the boat as if it was a train and they were on horses and they jump onto the boat and save it, bruh.
I think those kids just fell out of the boat.
They were just on jet skis filming, and we were just yelling for help, and they just came on over, and I jumped on.
Duke climbs onto the jet ski, desperate to get back to the runaway boat.
Is there no one on the boat? No one's in it. What were you doing? I was trying to hand him a soda.
Now, granted, a lot of boats have like a system where the key is attached to a like wrist thing, and then you basically, if you get like leave the boat like that, you take the key. Now, what he might have done is he might have taken his wrist out of the key thing when he went to go hand his brother the beer or whatever it was. But yeah, sometimes the boats have like an auto system where the key comes out, boat will stop itself.
Fell off. With music blasting,
Johnny
in the
Bravo,
background,
amazing
Duke
emote.
brings the boat to a stop. Phew, that was close. And there's one important thing left on Big Brother's mind just before he's rescued.
Oh, don't tell my dad, please.
Probably too late for that. Wicked. Okay, so this next one I showed yesterday in stream, but it was really good. It's a art. It's like a secret skate park that's also an art park. Skark Park. Whip snake. And it's tricky to find, but not impossible. Whip snake. Don't tell my dad. So real.
I am an engineer by trade, but I ended up going a little rogue with the artistic side, so I use both sides of the brain.
Hold on. Wait a minute. So there is actually something called a whip snake. How about that? Whip skate. Please don't dox me. It doesn't even have an entry. Whoa. Imagine something not having like a map entry. Whip Snake Skate Park. That's trippy. It just brought me to South Carolina.
I make packaging equipment for my real job, which means if you buy baby shampoo, I might have made the machine that puts the shampoo in the bottle. But then I take the leftovers from work, bring them out here to
it might have sounded like I said a shark park. Maybe a place where people go to shark. But I was saying a shark. Maybe I did say that. Like a skart. I don't know. A skate park. A skate art park. A skark. There it is.
In the middle of South Carolina.
A
make
shark
weird
park.
stuff like you see here. I've been doing that for about 20 years. We've had this property for maybe 10 years.
Which is the same thing that Gwen Stefani and No Doubt did. Am I right? Or something like that.
Originally I was just going to build a sculpture park on 80 acres. And then about, say,
one of the comments says there was a secret park in South Carolina, but I mean, it's kind of secret because I just tried to Google it, or I guess I Microsoft Binged it, and some people would say that's your problem, Creed. But I still couldn't find it.
I got the idea to build a skateboard park that would be real small and something I could do when I retire, and it turned into something huge and something that I'm doing right now. So that's a major distraction, but it's my favorite kind of art because I can skate it. And I started really at this end. I just had this idea that I would create kind of a mogul to a quarter pipe, and I thought, yeah, that'd be fun. It was sort of based on a park in North Carolina called Aviation Park.
Oh, I'm just gonna make a mogul into a half pipe.
Really cool mogul, and then they launch off a little 5-foot quarter, and I thought I'll do that. What happened was, I started making the mogul, and it got taller and taller and taller, and the other end got taller and taller.
That's an incredible combo. Engineer, artist, skateboard. That's a pretty fire combo, especially to have as a dad.
And I thought, I need to do something smaller as well. So I started off with something that was sort of like 4 or 5 foot tall. And then I built something that was just like 3 foot tall. And then I thought, I'll go mess around with something 2 foot tall, and then something else 4 foot tall. And before I know it, it became this park that was probably the biggest one-person project ever in concrete, At the end of the multiple years of work, I have over 55
one-man
trucks of concrete in this park, which is kind of obnoxious, but really cool too. But working by myself, I have to come up with tricks to figure out how to do things and let it last for a year or two while I'm constructing. So the way I did it was I made these little metal ribs, like you would do a ramp with templates. I did it with metal.
So dope. Okay, next one. Respect to this kid.
Problem for you. Okay. What do you think's the better deal? I give you $1 million, or I give you 1 penny and I double it every day for 30 days.
I think the penny.
You think after 30 days, doubling that penny will be more than $1 million?
Yes, of course.
Of course.
A penny times a penny. 2 pennies. 4 pennies.
Okay.
8 pennies. 16 pennies. 32 pennies. 64 pennies. $1.28. $1, yeah. $2.56. $5.12.
I think what we should do here, Ted, right? You should make a list.
Hey, sisters, I'm literally just a girl.
Day 1, day 2, day 3. and then see where you're at. Before you go make the list, you're holding strong. You think you're going to have more than $1 million after that?
100%.
100%.
Yeah. All right, go make the list and come show me. See his progress.
2,192.
How you doing? Good? Yeah. How many days you up to?
19.
19, and how much money is that?
$2,193.
Ted, I don't know. You think you're going to go over $1 million in 30? 100%. All right, continue. I'll check back in. Why don't you use a calculator?
Fine. 7? 140. Oh, wait.
This comment's right. I'm impressed by how many times you can multiply before or double before needing a calculator.
52. 52 times 2. 34,000. Mom, was this 25? I said.
You tell me.
No. No, I'm so close. I'm at day 27 right now. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Calculator was off. Right when
I got the answer right here.
Okay.
Okay, read your answer.
5,368,704.12.
704, read that again.
Wait, no. 709.12.
W kid, smart choice. Too bad he's not going to get the 5 mil.
What?
How much more money did you get versus the person
4.3
who
mil,
chose $1 million?
4,368,700.
Yeah, that's the thing. A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush, but a bird in the hand is not worth 4.3 in the bush.
9.12.
And 12 cents.
Yes.
Good job.
W kid. So the next one, streaming grandma.
Streaming, and he started laughing at me and said, this is my grandson, said, oh, no, you can't do that. Nobody will watch you. Nobody will follow you.
What was her name?
So,
Grumpy Gran? When my grandson said I can't do it, I was like a red rag to a bull. 76-year-old grandmother spends 30 hours a week playing and streaming Fortnite as Grumpy Gran 1948. Nah. Grumpy Gran 1948. There's also a Grumpy Grandpa Gamer 420 who's live right now. We might hold the phone. We might come back and check in on that. Grumpy Gran, she has 22,000 followers. Let's go. I don't even need to gas her up. She needs to gas me up. Hold on. Look at this. Seven days ago. She's got a webcam.
Up this way, maybe. Right. Now, before anybody says anything, yes, I know I've got jump pad things there, but I can never remember always. And when I land, I never know where anybody is. So I'm better just being sneaky peeky here by myself, okay?
Incredible. Oh my god, you can't see it. Leia's in the way. I'm sorry. She's got a thick Irish accent, it sounds like. And what was I gonna say? Yo, sneaky peeky.
Peeky here by myself, okay? I land, I never know where anybody is. So I'm better just being sneaky peeky here by myself, okay? Without them, okay? When I land, I never know where anybody is. So I'm better just being sneaky peeky here by myself.
I love her. She incredible. Okay, back to the story. Gonna follow for sure. For sure. We get a I don't remember. I don't know how to do this. Okay, boom. Put this back. Yo, that's incredible. Oh, hold on. Quickly before we do that. Grumpy Grandpa Gamer 420. He's out here playing Warzone, and he's schmoovin'. Although we have nothing to confirm that he's a grandpa here. Not gonna lie, right? No cam.
You can just immediately try to get someone up out in the open like that.
He's like a 50-year-old grandpa, maybe. Not the same. Sorry. Okay.
Oh, that was two
Wait.
reasons why I started streaming.
I thought she was gonna say that meme then when you are using your camera to shave those. Scottish?
One was I wanted to play with other folk. I never realised things about communities and that. I just wanted to play with other folk. And then when my grandson says I can't do it, was of course like a red rag to a bull. I thought, I'll show you I can do it.
I'm gonna show you.
And I did.
When you're playing Fortnite, just tell me a little bit of what it feels like.
Exciting.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get on. Dropping off of a bus with 99 other people, me making the 100th one.
Me making the 100th one.
And just pitting my wits against young folk. There's not a lot of days, especially for the first 7 years, that I never played. I played constantly. I can play solo and I can find the excitement in it, playing it. And you know that when you're streaming, you've got this fantastic community, and I'm a prolific chatterer, so I just chatter and chatter and chatter. And you actually make friends. You make friends. It doesn't have to be Fortnite. It can be any game. Just find a game that you like. Just play it and play it. And play it by yourself or with family, with grandchildren, whatever. And take it just a step at a time. When I started
I love it.
Playing games with my grandchildren, it never planned or dawned on me that this would be the stage that I would be at now. Just go there and enjoy yourself. Honestly, I just love it.
Spammed her link for her Twitch channel in the chat. Okay, that was incredible. I love that. So yesterday on stream, I previewed a story about Buc-ee's, the gas station chain. This is the full version of it. Hold on, wait a minute. I can't hear. Oh, yeah. No, get out of here.
Time to spare, which explains why convenience stores can be so convenient. And for Luke Burbank, if you need it to go, you need to go to Buc-ee's.
We all know that feeling. You're out on the open road, your gas tank is empty, but your bladder's full. Well, in Texas, a lot of folks in this predicament look for this cartoon beaver, the smiling mascot.
Those things are massive, dude. That's not a gas station. That's a market.
It's a gas station chain beloved by road trippers for its award-winning bathrooms and truly Texas-sized scale. 54,000 square feet of homemade fudge, a beef jerky bar, and whatever this is.
Rock candy Brahma bull skull?
I think she'll like that.
And they put that beaver on just about anything.
Have a good one. There we go.
Awesome. Perhaps not since Mickey Mouse, as a cartoon rodent, captured the hearts.
Well, dance off. We're gonna be late for school, Mama.
I don't know about that.
And crucially, the dollars of so many.
We love going to Buc-ee's.
Including
Now,
customers.
he's a bit controversial, but Tom Nook has his believers.
Like Alex and Yasmin Abreu.
He be taxing us, though.
Would you be as excited
Their
about a
burritos
place
are
of
really
this
good,
which
and their
called
fudge is
Travel Stop?
awesome.
Yeah. Stop for the beaver.
Like I said last night in stream, and you know this, I've never been in one.
That's true. These boots that I had made with the Buc-ee's logo.
No.
Had them made right here in Texas.
That's Arch Beaver Applin III, Buc-ee's founder and CEO.
How you doing? Hey, how you doing? Good.
And yes, he really does go by Beaver.
Beaver was my nickname. My mom named me that when I was born.
Buc-ee
Beaver Space Guard. Brusha, brusha, brusha.
There was a cartoon character way back, really before my time.
It's dandy for your teeth.
Toothpaste commercial, and he was Bucky Beaver. And so,
Hold on, we got ads rolling real quick. I'm gonna pause just for like 20 seconds for any non-sub out there lurking, so they don't miss too much of it. Especially since this was a story that I previewed yesterday during a stream. What you cats up to? Let me get a little check-in on you guys. Ooh, you got an Arctibax? That's pretty cool. All right, let's get back into it.
this fella always called me Bucky Beaver growing up.
Applin opened the first Buc-ee's in 1982 as a regular-sized convenience store, but it wasn't until 2003 that he got the idea to build the mother of all gas stations. These days, Buc-ee's has 41 travel centers throughout the South and boasts 2 world records for the world's largest gas station and the world's longest car wash. Whoa. Technicolor. Haven't seen that before. But the most popular attraction at Buc-ee's might be its restrooms, voted the best bathrooms in the nation back in 2012.
Oh, yeah, I did see. No problem, PB. I gave you the little rock on thing because the video was playing, but yeah, no problem. And for anyone that doesn't, peep the pinned comment when you can. PB and his missus are expecting their firstborn here soon, so give them some well wishes when you see them.
Lots of space, tile floor to ceiling, well lit.
Applin designed the restrooms himself.
This is very spacious, very private.
I wonder if you have to pay for the showers.
The number 1 and number 2 reasons for going to Buc-ee's.
Oh, look at that.
Might be this.
Fresh chopped brisket on the bar.
Brisket on the barb or something? What did you say?
In 2017, Buc-ee's hired 8-time world barbecue champion Randy Pauly.
Oh, dude. Man, that's like the Lakers or the Yankees or something buying up the best talent.
Oh, wow, I got a name tag and everything?
We're going to do this right.
How'd I look? Is
Wait
that right?
a minute, wait a minute.
EA Sports enveloping BioWare.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Look at these bad boys.
It's Pauly's job to teach new hires how to break down a brisket.
Although it does give their brisket a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Variability? No,
We're going to chop up. And what we do is we do front to back, X pattern, and you'll be good.
Okay.
You're at the helm, so it's your lead. I got fresh chopped brisket on the board. Fresh chopped brisket on the board.
In this case, it turns out, actually my first rodeo.
Huh.
That looks
How was that, boss?
fantastic.
All right.
So this is
it probably helps when the brisket's cooked so well that it just like cuts. It just melts upon the knife's contact.
That is wonderful.
Brisket on the board.
Beaver Applin and his very private,
This critter don't litter, baby.
Partner, a guy named Don Wasik, still owned 100% of Buc-ee's.
It wouldn't change the experience.
No investors, no board of directors, and that's exactly how they want it.
Dude, those pecans, those like,
Thank you.
those are baked beans right there.
Independence to do what we think is the best, and we don't have to answer to.
Yo, I love how I was able to preview this. I'm not gonna lie, and as part of the React section of yesterday's stream, we're evolving.
Of how could we cut cost?
Hey, welcome to Buc-ee's.
What's his net worth? That's a good question.
Reason why these
over under a bill? Probably now. Ooh, I would say maybe shortly under a bill. I can't remember if it said it yet in this video, but last night in the preview it mentioned like this gas station, Buc-ee's were like first opened up in the early 80s. And it wasn't until like 2003 did he really start exploding. So I don't know. That's a good question though. You think over? I'd say under. I'll call like $7.20.
$15 an hour.
All right, your total's going to be $19.21.
Yeah, them giving $15 an hour and benefits, that like, you know, dare I say, workers might be more inclined to work well.
Did you ever have a moment where you thought, wow, I made it, it happened?
My dad, I could always tell he had a little bit of concern. Are you okay? You sure are building these big? This went on many, many years. But when I saw in my dad's eyes that he wasn't concerned anymore and he felt like we had made it, then I think that would be my moment.
Yo, shout out Grumpy
Apple
Grandma.
is now taking Buc-ee's national with 6 travel centers outside of Texas and plans for many more. He's betting this unapologetically Texas institution can work beyond the borders of the Lone Star State. And he could be right. After all, when you've got to go, you've got to go. And there just might be a cartoon beaver guiding the way.
Boom, boom. Okay, hold on, we got this.
Homeowners, when your water or sewer
Nope,
line
not
breaks,
this.
it's expensive.
No matter what this zookeeper did, she just couldn't get the baby hippo out of the pool because the little one loved it so much and never wanted to leave. Whenever it was time to get out, the baby hippo would hide somewhere and ignore the calls. And when finally taken out of the pool, he would trick the zookeeper.
Okay, we're getting sabotaged. Wait, sorry.
No matter what this zookeeper did, she just couldn't get the baby hippo out of the pool because the little one loved it so much and never wanted to.
Okay, so the next story, Baby Hippo Splash Splash is what I called it. There's 2 versions of it. One is YouTube, and then the other one is Instagram. This one, I believe, is the one that... So I already had this story, essentially, in my, like, vault of Newsday stories, and PB sent it to me as well yesterday. So, I was like, perfect.
Leave. Whenever it was time to get out, the baby hippo would hide somewhere and ignore the calls. And when finally taken out of the pool, he would trick the zookeeper and sneak right back in. After this cute little troublemaker gave her a hard time every day, she finally found the solution by calling in the big boss, his mom. The moment she gave the look, the sweet animal would immediately get out of the water and go to her. If you love baby hippos, subscribe.
Only 55, only 55?
No matter what this zookeeper did, she just couldn't get the baby hippo out of the pool because the little one loved it so much and never wanted to leave. Whenever it was time to get out, the baby hippo would hide somewhere and ignore the calls. And when finally taken out of the pool, he would trick the zookeeper and sneak right back in. After this cute little troublemaker gave her a hard time every day, she finally found the solution by calling in the big boss, his mom. The moment she gave the look, the sweet animal would immediately get out of the water and go to her. If you love baby hippos, subscribe.
Okay, so there's that, and then here's the second angle of it. Let's close out of that. This. Pop. Not this song. The potato is not done swimming. Okay. This next one's pretty cool. So, first off, let me give y'all some context. All right. So, currently, what's going on in the world of sports right now, especially American sports, is you have the Little League World Series going on. And really, not just American sports. This is actually the World Series, right? What was I going to say? So, lately, the last couple years, Major League Baseball has had essentially a Little League game, right? So the Little League World Series is held in Williamsport, Pennsylvania every year. But like leading up to it, you have regionals and stuff, right? Like you'd have the Asian teams play in the South American and the Caribbean and yada yada. And then you get to then a smaller pool. And then you eventually, the final like tournament when it's whittled down is in Williamsport. But Major League Baseball has a game every year at a stadium in Williamsport as a kind of like, hey, we're going to bring the big leaguers to the Little League World Series to kind of grassroots it, and love that premise. Alongside that, what they do is there's 2 teams, obviously, when they do this, that play in it. And they choose what's called their Kidcaster. They pick a notable or people submit, and a kid who's a fan can be like the play-by-play caster for the game. That's the Major League Baseball teams playing in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. This 12-year-old Mets fan, Antonio Veneziano, found out live during the Mets game that he was going to be a Kidcaster for that other game. So this was obviously early July. We're still playing catch up with some of these news stories. So this would have been early July. This game that happened in real time like 2 days ago. So again, this is the kid finding out that he's going to do the game that we in real time just had 2 days ago. Eventually we're going to get caught up and we would have been able to track this better.
Things we do,
They play in Williamsport, but it's teams from all over the world. Like when you get to the nitty gritty in the final 8 or 12 teams, you have at least one team from Asia, one team from South America, Caribbean team, all of that, European team.
My favorite things ever.
Like, hold on, we'll pull it up real quick. Wow.
Here, the Kidcaster's coming up on July 22nd, and the winner this year, Antonio Veneziano, 12 years old from Baldwin, New York, has no idea he won, but he does see me, and I'm walking down to him right now to say hello and also to let him know. Hey, Antonio, what's up, man? That's your name.
God, he knows my name.
I do know your name.
Oh my God, he knows my name. Oh, what a W kid already. Hold on.
Why?
Yeah, so here's just a quick little snippet, sample, snip. Hold on. So as you can see here, you have Japan and Mexico playing, Southeast versus West, Canada region, Caribbean region. Okay, so it's teams from America in different areas, and then Japan region. So it's still probably, if you look at the total team pool, it's probably more American teams, but there is enough of an international pool to call this like the World Series. And this is what's going on right now, August 13th to August 24th. Because again, they start with a little bit bigger of a pool and they kind of whittle it down. And then when it gets into the nitty gritty, that's in Williamsport. Boom. Mountain, Metro, United States, New England, Great Lakes. Okay, Japan, Mexico, Caribbean, Australia, Europe, Africa, Latin America bracket, or part of the bracket, Puerto Rico. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, back to this. Scoop.
Know your name?
Why do you know my name?
Would you
How
like
do you know my name? Yeah, you answered it after I wrote.
Kidcaster with Gary, Keith, and Ron on July 22nd.
I would love.
Yeah, plus I feel like you should know that I'm like, not to sound cocky, but I feel like I'm more cultured than most Americans, especially when it comes to sports. Like I try not to be hyperbolic either. Like it annoys me when I'm watching like an American sports broadcast and they might describe any American sports star, superstar, LeBron even, Tom Brady, Shohei Ohtani, even though he's not an American, he's Japanese, but he's playing in America. And they describe him as like the biggest star in the world or the biggest athlete in the world, as if Messi doesn't exist and Ronaldo still doesn't exist. You know what I mean? So I think like, I'd like to think that, when I added the caveat, I go, and this is actually like a World Series compared to our Major League Baseball one.
Love to. Really?
Really? Absolutely.
So, Matchy, you just getting back, the Little League MLB game that happens in Williamsport every year now, and it's been going on for a couple years. They had the Kidcaster. This is from back in early July, the kid finding out that he's going to be the Mets Kidcaster for, at the time, what was an upcoming game. Now, in real life, that game happened, I think, 2 nights ago.
Yeah, right? You did an amazing job. There were more entries than have ever been had.
Yes, sir.
And you were the winner. I saw it. Your home run calls, pretty spectacular. You want to show us one right now?
Sure.
He's been raised exceptionally well, and it shows. I agree with that.
Sure. Okay.
Go ahead.
Ooh, I'll have to refund you that. I have alerts off during Newsday.
Who should it be?
What are you wearing, Lindor? Do Lindor.
Now this is even more impressive. It's not like he's doing it to a play. He's winging it.
Okay. Lindor smacks one. Right field. This one back. It has a chance, and it's gone.
Pretty good on the
You guys
fly.
see why he won Kidcaster this year? And he's wearing the eye black, too, which I love right now. It looks like you can go out there and play. But, Antonio, want to congratulate you.
Dude, this kid's so dope.
And I look
That's also, that Mets color palette on the hat is fire.
forward to seeing you just a couple of weeks up there in the booth with the
I
guys.
like the black on black with the white trimming.
Right?
Thank you so much, Steve.
All right, you got it.
Oh,
One of the best
dude,
things we do.
bro. The way he looked at, thanks so much, Steve.
One of
Wow.
my favorite things every year. The Kidcaster's coming up.
Someone goes, can Antonio pitch?
Up on July 22nd, and the winner this year, Antonio Veneziano, 12 years old from Baldwin, New York, has no idea he won, but he does see me, and I'm walking down to him right now to say hello and also to let him know. Hey, Antonio, what's up, man? That's your name.
I love.
He knows my name.
I do know.
How does he know?
You
He
wanna
knows
know why
my
I know
name.
your name?
Why do you know my name?
Would
Why do you?
like
Why do you know my name?
to be the Kidcaster?
Okay, so that's such a dope moment. His face, that's sports at some of its absolute best. Okay, so this next one is Florida, Frankfurt man. Granted, I don't actually know if he's from Frankfurt. He's clearly German though, so I was just trying to think of another F city in Germany.
Has an 8-foot alligator as a pet.
Also früher, wenn andere Kinder mit dem Teddybär gespielt haben oder ich war halt immer bei Frau Meier.
Frau Meyer was my extra double XL cuddly
XXL Kuschelgefährte, Redekollege.
companion, my conversation partner, my buddy for doing homework.
This is Christian Carlis. He used to work in the circus, and this is his family pet, Frau Meyer, a 220-pound alligator. Carlis's father also worked in the circus, where he got the alligator when she was only 2 years old. She went on to be part of circus acts for over 30 years. Since retiring, Frau Meyer lives with the
Since retiring, Lady Boss.
Carlis family in a container with a heated floor and thermal lighting, spending her days floating and sunbathing. Christian likes to go swimming with her.
Eine Vertrauensbasis ist natürlich da.
Frau Meyer, an 8-foot alligator, is a pet to retired circus performers. Oh, they're the ones who retired. I feel like the alligator deserved an early retirement too.
Risikochance besteht natürlich immer, auch jetzt, wenn ich in die Kamera zu Ihnen gucke. Ich weiß nicht, was hinter mir passiert.
Sie hat noch nie jemanden attackiert, nicht uns und gar nichts, weil sie hat Vertrauen zu uns.
Because she trusts us. Okay, the next one is called Fake Tornado.
No tornado sirens. Like,
Explains the weather phenomenon that sparked fears of a large tornado in Atlanta.
No, this is not a tornado about to hit the Braves game at Truist Park, but this ominous-looking cloud certainly stunned residents of Atlanta on Tuesday evening. The reality is, this is a harmless cloud formation known as
That is a wicked shot. On the top especially. What?
Scud. It's eerily similar looking to a tornado, but the main difference is that it lacks a persistent rotation. In fact, look closely. It appears that this is barely even moving. Both tornadoes and scud clouds typically form near the base of a thunderstorm, taking advantage of rising air. A tornado, however, develops intense spinning and wind within a funnel, while a scud cloud just simply meanders along. So the next time you see
It just neanders along.
low-hanging,
I
rugged
thought it was meander. That caption said neander.
looking cloud at the base of a thunderstorm, look for rotation. That's your cue to go indoors.
Yeah, I might just go indoors if I saw either. I'm not gonna lie. This next one is called Tism Lady Boss. I don't know if that's inappropriate. I didn't know what to call it, but she's very proud and she's brilliant. So
For just half a decade, learning how to shuffle
I'm
cards
happy
in
for her.
space. Now, every time I tell this to someone, they always ask me, Savera, are you autistic? Now, just to give you guys some numbers, I decided to go through every single comment that I've ever gotten, which is 72,361 comments. Holy shit, you guys are yappers. Now, I did give
Holy shit, you guys are yappers.
My mama did give birth to a loser, but out of 700 people, 126 made a comment about me having autism. Now, I've never gotten professional help, as you can probably tell, so I've never been diagnosed. Neither have I ever thought about having autism. Just to check if you guys have a strong autistic dar, I decided to take a test.
Autistic dar.
Now, I'm not getting professionally diagnosed because that's
She's got, yeah, dude, she's one of the crew.
expensive and
Protect
I'm
her at all
broke. But I'm
costs.
taking the Reds R test online, which according to the website has 100% success rate. And of course, it's not going to professionally diagnose me, but it will give me an idea of where I'm standing. Doesn't reveal. Drop your guesses in the comments right
Dude, she's wicked at
Now,
the like
let's see if I have autism.
shuffle
Just took the test,
techniques.
and according to the website, if you get above 65, you're autistic. And I got a total of, ta-da, 136.
But above
Yippee!
65.
According to the website, that's the mean score of autistic people.
She's a 136.
So I admit at being autistic too. I knew it was. It is also strong evidence for autism, so type shit. I'm still under 160, which is very strong evidence for
Dude,
autism,
she's
so I
great.
still don't think I'm autistic. Also, this is not me coming out of the closet as an autistic person, okay? This is just a website. It doesn't know me, even I don't know
It doesn't know me, even I don't know
myself.
me.
Also, I don't think I'm autistic. I don't even like trains.
Dude, this, oh man.
I know that's a stereotype. But if you're a diagnosed autistic person, what's up, shorty? No,
What's up, shorty?
take this test and let me know what you get
Dude,
so I can
what an
confess.
amazing, you know, dude, so great.
I've spent 5 years of my life, which is half a decade, learning how to shuffle cards in fancy ways. Now, every time I tell this to someone, they always ask me, Savera, are you autistic? Now, just to give you guys some numbers, I decided to go through every single comment that I've ever gotten, which is 72,361 comments.
Wicked.
Holy shit, you guys are yappers. Now, I did give up after 700 comments because my mama did give birth to a loser, but out of 700 people, 126 made a comment about me having autism. Now, I've never gotten professional help, as you can probably tell, so I've never been diagnosed. Neither have ever thought about having autism. Just to check if you guys have a strong autistic DAR, I decided to take a test. Now, I'm not getting professionally diagnosed because that's expensive and I'm broke, but I'm taking the REDS-R test online, which according to the website has 100% success rate. And of course, it's not going to professionally diagnose me, but it will give me an idea of where I'm standing. Tism reveal. Drop your guesses in the comments right now. Let's see if I have autism. I just took the test, and according to the website, if you get above 65, you're autistic. And I got a total of, ta-da, 136.
She's the best. All right, I wanted to watch the whole one, but we do gotta keep it moving. We got a lot of stories. So, this next one, earthquake hits, but a kid's gotta eat, you know? 4.3 magnitude earthquake hits southeast China. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, me too, probably. I mean, if this whole place is coming tumbling down and this food's going to waste, might as well. Okay, so the next one, Undammed River gets traversed, part 1. Indigenous youth first to paddle down restored river after largest dam removal in U.S. history. Restored the Klamath River, reconnected native communities to ancestral waters, and honored decades of tribal activism. Salmon have already began returning, signaling rapid ecological recovery and renewed cultural ties. A group of young people have made a historic journey paddling from the headwaters in southern Oregon to its mouth in the Pacific Ocean in California. It marked the first time in a century that the descent has been possible, after a recent removal of 4 dams allowed the river to flow free. The Klamath River runs deep in the cultures of the native peoples living in its basin, who historically used dugout canoes to travel along it and relied on its thriving salmon populations. They view it as a living person, a relative, who they can depend on and in turn protect. Was once the 3rd largest salmon producing river on the west coast, but between 1918 and 1966 an electric power company known as the Pacific Corps built a series of hydroelectric dams along the river's course, which cut off the upstream pathway for migrating salmon. For decades, indigenous peoples demanded the removal of the dams and restoration of the river. The Federal Energy Regulatory Commission eventually approved a plan to remove 4 dams on it, last removed in 2024. Within a few days of the final dam being removed, Chinook salmon, the largest of the Pacific salmon species, were seen swimming past the former location of Iron Gate Dam, a spot where no fish had passed in 60 years. You know, the show Planet Earth, Now there's a bunch of spin-offs of it, but one of the early spin-offs was, instead of like, you know, Planet Earth, each like episode features a biome and it then explores that biome. This other show, I don't remember what it's called, but it was a spin-off of Planet Earth and it focused on major events, right? So like one episode was of the great salmon migration. As they leave the Pacific, they swim up creek, up streams in the Pacific Northwest. They get to these like mating grounds and these ponds and whatnot. And as part of their life, they literally lay eggs and then die purposefully. So then, of course, like when it just helps the young feed off of them or whatever. But like that marks their journey. If they've lived a successful life, if they can make it up the river, get past the bears and stuff, and then lay eggs and then die. I remember seeing that. Another one of the episodes that was really dope is in like the Serengeti. There's like this flooding. Like there's a place in Africa where for part of the year it's like a desert. It's almost like the Sahara. But then another part of it, it's like a tropical waste, a wetland. Like it's literally got like several feet high waters. Alligators swim through the grass that sticks up out of the water and it makes little canals. Anyways, I remember learning about salmon swimming up these rivers when I was like 12 or 13 because of those cool videos and Planet Earth types of stuff. From tribes situated along the length of the river completed the 310-mile journey for you, PB, 500 kilometers, journey in 30 days to celebrate the removal of the dams and to highlight the tribe's connection to the river. 500 kilometers. I wonder how long that is in across England. Okay, so that was part 1, and here's part 2 real quick. Teen's journey down a sacred river. 4 dams. I like this. The reason I also am showing this is because I like this like visualization of where it's at. River starts up here in southern Oregon, winds down, it comes out into the Pacific here in California. Those are the dams that were removed. What's crazy is look where they're all at. So like, even though all of this maybe didn't have the river, but because the reservations were down here, or I'm sorry, all of this didn't have a dam, but it still hurts it. And because salmon might not swim up this knowing they couldn't get up here where maybe they were trying to lay eggs. Going back to what I was talking about. Choked the life of the waterway, devastated native tribes who relied on it. That sounds like you're talking about the Futurama episode where Bender voice acting the dialogue. Really? You're Miles here?
Oh, it's cold.
Near the Cascade Mountains.
Oh,
It would mark the 6. Yep, okay, we read that. Is it? Is this because of Brexit? The students aged 13 to 20 left families and schools to enroll in an intensive academic paddling program. That's wicked. No, this is crazy. This is cool. I'm glad I included this. Because the other one didn't mention this. Listen, look at this. These people went into a paddling program where they traveled to whitewater, even as far away as Zambia, to practice. Some sacrificed their senior year and prom, all for this run down the liberated Klamath. We've always been Miles. Wow, I don't know why I didn't know that. We are a manifestation of our ancestors' prayers.
We are taking back our river. We are
Yo, what up, PB?
our
Pop
river.
Tart? We couldn't figure out why they didn't have a reproductive organs and why they switched between saltwater.
There are people who've been dreaming about this for years, like knowing that we
Is that Bender's little spiel in the episode, Sativa, what you just said? Or you just mean like you're being like that's us humans we didn't know for a long time?
Carrying their dreams.
Ooh, up to 9,200 Pop Tart. Yo, and I think I've said this to you before, but unlike a lot of our other homies streams, I have things to spend those points on, just as a reminder. They'll eventually have it too.
I think it will be like a little scary and intimidating, but I also think we'll like really push
It's one of those things when you've streamed in some capacity or another for 9 years. I've had my years where I didn't have it either. I didn't know about it, and after enough time passes, you learn about that kind of stuff.
And motivate us to keep going and paddle.
Oh, gotcha. No, that's about eels. A massive environment, and we read that, largest of its kind ever, is underway. Boom, boom, boom. Researchers have also observed tiny aquatic insects thriving on the river bottom, a key part of the food chain. This is them doing it. That's cool that they traveled to Zambia and they went on like a whitewater rafting training program to get good at this. But the best remedy might be these young paddlers. From a tribal standpoint, those kids are the medicine the river needs right now. Love that.
We did it.
We did
That's all any of us could say is, we did it. We made it. We did it, guys. And we're just sitting there screaming like we did it.
Yo, they're throwing facts.
We're now at your home territory. How does it feel?
I'm gonna start crying. This is so insane.
This is them obviously now at the Pacific Ocean.
To put my feet in the water after like envisioning it for so long, it was just a breath of
Facts,
fresh air.
dog. What up? Welcome in.
The most perfect way to complete this huge journey. A moment just to ourselves.
Dude, that's so dope. The salmon going back up, them completing it. That's really cool that they traveled around the world to go and learn how to be better whitewater rafters and whatnot. Okay, so 2 weeks ago, Newsday included the iconic Clarence Thomas story. That's not his last name. Clarence Anderson, I think it was. The cat's name was actually like Tangy. Boo, right? It's the cat emote that Pop-Tart just used. Well, I'm really going to try to incorporate one kind of like throwback news story in each Newsday. So this next one is called Throwback Man Saves Chicks.
A 43-year-old banker by the name of Joel Armstrong is doing the handiwork catching a dozen day-old ducklings from their nest outside his second-story office. Their mother flew down earlier to head for water, stranding the newborns which were supposed to follow, but were afraid to make the leap until the banker showed up. The mother duck stood by, waiting, corralling her ducks one by one as her human friend delivered them safely. Onlookers gathered for a downtown parade that was just hours away were awestruck.
She's got a crowd and I think she's a little nervous, so we're here to help her.
Once he got the last three down by ladder, the drama wasn't over.
I got them both.
Together, the banker
Joel
and the
Armstrong. Speaking of Armstrong, a 43-year-old banker in Spokane. We've been in the Pacific Northwest a lot this
mother duck
Newsday.
led the babies to water, straight down the middle of a city parade route, through the streets, around crowd barriers, and finally, home, the river.
Oh, we did it. That was an ordeal. I can't believe we did it. Wow.
Okay, next one. People helping people. It's a beautiful thing.
For a green card for the Mexican rescue team.
Okay, this one is a little political just because of the topic, but it's not. It's just it's crossing aisles and stuff like this. This is when you don't let politics get in the way. Two groups of people that you might say are on not each other's side, but if you are doing the right thing, there is no side in it, right?
That rescued his family and that they will not be restricted from entering or exiting the U.S. border in the future. This statement caused a public outcry because Sheriff Lyda, who is known for being tough on immigrants, has finally broken his silence.
Kerr County
by standing
Sheriff.
in front of the
Kerr County remembers the place where the floods happened recently. That's part of this whole story.
camera with a solemn look on his face and saying, "I owe them my family's life." No one would have expected that to come from Sheriff Lyda, and Kerr County was one of the hardest hit areas. The sheriff's daughter and two young grandchildren were tragically trapped, and when the local rescue effort was overwhelmed, a specialized rescue team sent by the President of Mexico marched across the border to help. Relying on extraordinary courage, the team managed to reach the isolated farmhouse and safely rescued all those trapped, including the sheriff's family.
I appreciate it, Doc.
Sheriff Lyda could no longer look at his neighbors across the river the way he used
good shout, Microdose.
to. That human life has no nationality.
Great
about
shout.
our people, the Mexican people. They showed the world once again that when it all falls apart, they're the first ones to start rebuilding.
Okay, next one is man saves deer stuck in a fence. Not a stepbro.
It's okay, baby. We're gonna get you out. We're gonna get you out, okay?
Santa Rosa, California. I'm stuck, stepbro. That's an emote. Wow.
You're okay, baby. He can't get you. You have full control because no te puede morder. No, no te puede morder si él está atrapado. Just empújale. Oh my God. How did he get? Just push his back leg out. Squeeze him through. Yeah, you're okay, Papa. Or do we pull him out the other way through his head because he got his head stuck in? It's okay, Papa. It's okay.
You get at least a 65.
It's okay, Papa. It's okay. It's okay, baby.
Should we all do it?
Oh, yay. Oh.
No way. No way. You try it. You intentionally answered to do that. No way. No way. She got a 136, I think she said.
Oh my God. Baby, you saved him. You saved him.
Microdose. Okay, so that deer was saved. This next one, real question mark Studio Ghiblie. Yo, I looked all through the comments in this. I checked. This felt real. This felt real, okay? That's why the question mark. It could be AI, but it felt real. Either way, it reminds me of something in Studio Ghiblie.
Some kind of reaction, but in the air.
Yeah, Nem, why couldn't you share it in chat? Man, y'all just don't fuck with me anymore, huh?
Super chill. It all started one day when Uka was watching me paraglide. Uka would come running between my legs. And I was like, okay, you want to try? We can try if you want. To check if Uka was okay to fly, I had a checklist. The first step was to build a special harness for him. So
okay, I love that he checked to make sure like his vitals and stuff can support it and he could do it.
In the air, it's super comfy for him and for me. Then I started to play with my own glider, with him around me. After a few days, we were running around with the glider. Uka was having fun, and that was important for me. After a few months of training, Uka was finally ready to come fly with me. But to fly with Uka, you need even better weather conditions. We had to wait for a long time. Finally, that moment came. We drove up to...
This feels real. What do y'all say? I mean, is this AI? This looks real.
We were racing up the mountain because we didn't want to lose this opportunity. Finally, we got to the top of the mountain. When I showed him the harness, he knew what was going to happen. He came between my legs and he knew he was about to take off. He was super excited.
Wicked, dude. Wicked.
It was
Falcor, never-ending story.
Uka and I were paragliding together. It's really an amazing feeling.
Wait, this comment. If I pee from here, the whole sky would belong to me. Oka probably. Real, that's a Kiba dog?
He was super calm, super chill.
I mean, look at him just vibing.
When Uka is in the air, he shows no fear. I cannot imagine something better to share with my dog.
That's so cool. Oh, by the way, you know, last week, Nim, you wanted something longer than a clip for that one Nuesday story about the teenager who painted the portraits of her classmates. I don't know if I've made a command for it, but I did make a highlight of it specifically, just 4 minutes carved out of Newsday from last week to make a command eventually. The parachute rated for like 600 pounds, him and dog 180. Yeah, it looks all real, and it looks incredible, and I love that he took the time, even if it was fake or whatever, to assure us that he took the dog to like the vet and made sure he was okay to fly and whatnot. All right, the next one, massive gar caught in Texas. We showed this yesterday on stream, but it was better than I expected. Oh, wait, no, this is a different one. No, yesterday, that's different. Yesterday, we showed 2 Texas guys, I think it was in Texas, somewhere. They caught it might have been Florida. They caught a 400-pound grouper. Now, it did mention that they got a drone and they flew a bait out like X amount of distance off the shoreline.
Reeled in what will most likely be a record-breaking catch.
We could, in one way, we could just do Newsday 1. Like, call that Newsday 1, and then there's another clip or highlight in it Newsday 2. Or better yet, call that Newsday 2, because the one with the curb that we already have a clip of might be Newsday 1, something like that.
Check out this 7-foot, 3-inch fish.
What is
I mean,
that?
I think it's a fish.
That is alien life.
Alligator gar, 7-foot, 150-pound gar.
That was pulled from.
It says he battled it for 4 hours.
Lake Livingston. Art Weston is the name. He battled the 153-pound fish for 4 hours before he was able to land it. Look at this face.
Yeah, I know.
It is called an alligator gar.
I was going to say it looks like a crocodile alligatory like.
It's an alligator gar. It ranges from 8 to 10 feet. It can be 350 pounds.
It ranges from 8 to 10 feet. Didn't y'all just tell us this one was 7 feet long?
Lived to be 40 years old.
What did he do with it?
He measured it and returned it
as one would do
to the lake.
Wicked. Yo, appreciate it. Good looks, Nim.
Texas.
Okay, so the next one, skydiving through a fireworks show. Granted, I should have had this one after the Studio Ghiblie, but I stuffed in that alligator gar one at the last minute. So some of the comments are like, I thought this was AI until I realized this was Red Bull. Skydiving through a fireworks show. Okay, Set's mummy. Mummy.
The ideal, of course, for the ancient Egyptians was to have the body look as lifelike as possible so that the spirit could go into it and animate it in the hereafter.
Seti is miraculously preserved, but his survival and the survival of many other royal mummies is even more miraculous.
There are many challenges to mummy survivals, such as insects, changes in temperature, the flooding of tombs, and worst of all, tomb robbers.
Robbers looted almost all ancient Egyptian tombs, and mummies, particularly royal ones, were prime targets.
No sooner had someone been buried that shortly thereafter someone would come and rob the tomb. People would rip apart mummies to try and get to the gold that was hidden within, and they would even burn coffins and the mummies inside, because all that would be left would be the gold.
Yet Seti's mummy survived, preserved and intact for over 3,000 years. Now Salima wants to investigate how it avoided environmental decay and destruction by tomb robbers.
Yo, what up, Bowie? Yo, I meant to text you this, and I'll text you more after. But thanks again for your 5 gifted last week. I don't know if you realize, but you doing that and then microdose right after. Yo, thank you for the follow, Riley fan. You doing that and then microdose right after he gave 100 bits, it triggered a hype train, right? That hype train wound up becoming the largest hype train I ever had at like level 9. So thank you so much for kickstarting that. Speaking of microdose doing 100 bits, yo, welcome in Riley fan. How's it going? Okay, so that one, Seti's Mummy. This next one, Manhattan-sized coral reef.
This fisherman comes up to me and he told me about some rocks. So I told him, well, take me there.
Okay, wait, before we do this, we wanted to take this autism test that Nim took and said he got a 156. Was that what it was? Okay, this says take test. Hold on, while I do this, let me play a little music. Turn off audio there. What you up to, Bowie? You trying to play any Magic maybe later? There are 80 questions. Okay, I don't know if I'm doing this on stream. Just kidding. Yeah, that's way too much. We'll do that later. GG's. 80 questions.
The rocks that you're telling me.
Yeah, it didn't work because that was the only one. Microdose, right? We didn't get any of the other ones. We got a follow, but that it's subs and bits. If you're talking about a hype train,
Just humongous. It's like a medieval fortress.
a medieval fortress of coral reef.
Big and robust. We have pinnacles that come out.
Yo, Bowie, if you can, stay for at least one more story after this one. I'm actually going to skip ahead on your behalf. It's a story on the whistle that they use in the NBA. The next 2 stories are actually sports related. No, the next 2 are sports related, and then there's a Chuck E. Cheese related one, but one of them's on the NBA whistle. I'll make that one the next one.
Deep walls.
Oh, you have people over at your house to play Magic?
And then incredible barrel sponges.
161? Okay, so everyone's just autistic again.
It's just mesmerizing.
And Microdose jokingly was like, do they offer you a drug prescription or something at the end? And it might actually be that.
This newfound reef is a stunning contrast.
Yeah, so you're telling me that Satvira, the really awesome lady boss chick who we watched earlier, is an industry plant. Got it.
To many other Caribbean reefs that are in peril. It's like stepping back in time to when all reefs were thriving.
Okay, so that's a Manhattan-sized coral reef. This next story is the NBA's whistle, how it's a special whistle, and it actually was a pioneering piece of technology kind of thing at its time.
High-tech whistle ever created, and it helped one referee earn tens of millions of dollars. See, this is Mike Constable, a North Carolina native who followed in his dad's footsteps and became a basketball referee in his early 20s. Now, Mike started working at the high school and college level before eventually becoming a full-time NBA ref in 1989, which for most people would be a dream job. But in just his second season, Mike had a realization that would end up changing the course of his life forever. See, Mike recalls a game he was reffing in 1990 between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Philadelphia 76ers.
It's a news stinger.
It was a 1-point game in overtime, and just as the clock was winding down, Mike called a foul on the Bucks. Now, according to Mike, he says that he blew his whistle before the final horn sounded, but since it takes a human timekeeper an average of 0.6 to 0.8 seconds to actually stop the clock, everyone in the arena thought the game was over. But then, in a very unpopular decision with the Milwaukee Bucks, Mike put 6.
Dude, imagine that, back then having to explain to the crowd that no, I blew that, I'm sorry, I did blow that. That just takes the score operator, point, blah, blah, blah. Now, growing up in a world after that, we've always kind of known that. For example, if you know basketball well enough, if a team has 0.2 seconds left on the clock, generally speaking, like we kind of now know that you need at least 0.3 to get a catch and shoot off. Anything below a 0.3, it's almost physically impossible to inbound, boom. But like in American football, we also know that they don't have like a special whistle. I still think to this day, because as American football fans, we know that sometimes there's gonna be a little, like, for example, if the play clock is running down, quarterbacks make an adjustment on the line, retro, blue 18, and then it hits 0. Refs give them like a half second because of understanding that there's gonna be a delay and all that.
Star Charles Barkley on the line with no time left on the clock, where he would go on to make both free throws and win Philly the game. And while all of the articles the next day talked about the guts it took for Mike to make that call, he had a much different takeaway and thought, what if there was a better way to stop the clock? So Mike got to work developing a way to replace human timekeepers. And by 1993, he had his first prototype of what he called the precision time system. The way it works is that each ref has a microphone clipped to their shirt that's calibrated to the exact frequency of their whistle. This microphone is then wired into a small pack attached to each ref's hip, which wirelessly stops the clock at the scorer's table when they blow their whistle and restarts it with the press of a button on the side of that same pack. And since each ref's mic is tuned to a different frequency, the scorer knows exactly who blew the whistle and when. Now, early on, teams at every level were skeptical of Mike's new system, so he began challenging them to use his precision time system and compare it to a human timekeeper to see who was actually more accurate. And the results were shocking, because when you account for the 0.6 to 0.8 second reaction time across 60 to 80 whistles per game, on average, the human timekeepers wasted 1 minute and 28 seconds of game time per game, whereas Mike's new system didn't waste any. And this was all the proof the NBA needed to implement Mike's precision time system ahead of the 1997 season, which has also now been adopted by dozens of other leagues across the world.
1997, which doesn't seem that long ago when you think of like professional sports leagues.
And even at the collegiate level, undoubtedly making Mike tens of millions of dollars in the process.
All right, another sports one. This one's called Major League Baseball's Special Mud. It said millions of tens of millions? 10 million?
My father always made sure that nobody knew where it was. The reason we keep it secret is to keep from curiosity seekers trampling the area, because it's a protected area, and when I leave, the only thing you see is my footprint. The Rawlings Corporation tried to duplicate our mud because they were selling the balls. They wanted to have the mud too. They got stuck with it. Their mud was nothing like the real mud.
Hell yeah.
The geology and the geography both decide that this is the right mud.
The secret is snail jizz.
My father always made sure that nobody knew where it was.
Okay, this next one, Wicked Lightning Strike, 500 miles long.
Ever on record, scientists have now confirmed a single lightning bolt stretching 515 miles.
No, we didn't clip that. No, delete.
3 states, Texas to Missouri.
Yo, a lightning strike that went from Texas to Missouri?
It was back in 2017, now confirmed. The mega flash covered the distance in a little more than just 7 seconds.
That's wicked. 515 miles across 3 states.
Tonight, the longest
in
lightning
7
bolt
seconds.
ever on record. Scientists have now confirmed a single lightning bolt stretching 515 miles across 3 states, Texas to Missouri. It was back in 2017, now confirmed. The mega flash covered the distance in a little more than just 7 seconds.
All right, this next one's called Cool Well. It's a Cool Well ship thing. No, it's not here anymore. Okay, we move on. Robo-boxing. This is another reason why I got to get caught up so things don't get taken off Instagram by the time I want to show y'all. That's in Louisiana on the bayou on episode 3, season 4 of Lake Monsters. They leaked the location for the Major League mud stuff. Yo, let me test my delay real quick. Y'all know the drill. Get ready to type 17. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi. 7, that's not bad compared to probably the average and whatnot. But often my stream is like 3 seconds. So kind of double.
4, 3, 4, 5,
I remember routinely, even myself, having 15 or 20-second delays. And again, for the longest time, you were taught as a streamer almost that you should expect at least 7 seconds, 6 or 7. But y'all might remember the streaming platform Mixer. It was the one that Microsoft tried to get off the ground. They even signed Shroud and Ninja and King Gothalion and stuff. And then it only lasted. There was a couple really genuinely dope things that Mixer did that there's a few of them that I'm bummed that Twitch hasn't implemented either when Mixer was alive or damn sure after Mixer went down. But I bring up Mixer because one of the things that Mixer did that none of the other streaming platforms had, Mixer had something called FTL, faster than light. Now that's a common little acronym in sci-fi. I think Mass Effect even has that as well. But essentially it was really, really, really good low latency technology. And what Mixer did was they reduced what usually was like a 10 to 15 second average delay and half that essentially with theirs. So once Mixer went down, YouTube and Twitch, and I'm sure Kick has picked it up and TikTok since, but they were essentially able to like vulture the proprietary tech because it kind of wasn't protected. And I don't think they wanted to, because I think they wanted to just help the industry as a whole with that. Anyways, robo-boxing. Yeah, but even then, PB, let's say you had a 2-second delay, which I doubt in you typing it. That's still 5 seconds, and normally we're lower than that, but it's all good. I mean, 7's not bad. I was just curious. Ooh! What a knee to the noggin. Yo, I'm betting on blue. Yo, is there a way to watch this? We need to Gamba robo-boxing.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, box.
Somebody goes, we got real still before GTA 6. Oh, wow. That's not how you want to end up.
2, 3, 4.
Oh, no. Okay, that's... So we still have some time before iRobot, I think, guys. Although we've shown another movie or another video during a Newsday. Well, we've shown a couple robot ones, right? There's the one in Austin, Texas. There's like a Chinese robot manufacturer in Austin, Texas, and it was like a robot in a cowboy getup just walking down the streets of Austin. Another one was one was in like a lab somewhere, and it was on like a little gurney. So it was strung up, but it just started to but it was strung up, so it wasn't hit anything, but it just started to go bonkers. Yeah, yes, we have. I think I would like to think you might have seen it on Newsday. Yo, I want to bet on that, though. Okay, next one. Field of Dreams, but Wimbledon. So for those unfamiliar, Field of Dreams is the movie with Kevin Costner, iconic baseball movie, where in his basically his farm in the cornfield, he makes like a baseball field and he talks to his ancestors and stuff like that. It's a deep movie, but here we go.
For as long as he can remember, Mark Kewen has been working the family farm
in
Charles City, Iowa. And as we first reported in 2017, that is why, as a kid, to escape, he used to listen to a ham radio.
Beautiful backhand on the line.
No, Rookie's a goated baseball movie
on a
too.
BBC broadcast
That's the
from
one
this
with the little kid.
funny-sounding place called Wimbledon, of this crazy scoring sport
All right,
called
guys.
tennis.
You sure it's not Bull Durham?
We didn't understand it. Why did it go to 15 and then 30 and then 40? You know,
A league of their own? There's no crying in
that
baseball.
was the beginning of his now lifelong obsession with grass court tennis that culminated in 2003 when he replaced his cattle feedlot
That's pretty fire.
with a replica of Wimbledon's center court. Took him a year and a half to construct. Got
Anything
an internship
the
at
Brits
Wimbledon.
can do, we can do better. No, I'm
Then
just
to
kidding.
learn
Kidding.
how to maintain it.
You know I love you.
And
I
then
love
for
for
the
y'all across the
longest
pond.
time, he just cut the grass. But as
Speaking of
sometimes
love across the pond, again, everyone good wishes for PB and his missus, but also, wow, good wishes. Everyone give love to PB and his missus. But also good wishes for Ben as he flies back from Algeria today.
happens when an Iowa farmer builds a field of dreams. People came.
Oh, sick. Can you let people
kids are
use
from
it? That's cool.
Iowa and Minnesota, here to compete in an invitational tournament. And that's umpire Baron Whitted, also
Sweet
from
tea
Minnesota.
is the best form.
And when I found that there's a place in the middle of Iowa in a cornfield, it's like, get in the car, you know? So
in fairness, your boy does use a kettle. I do use a kettle.
They'll come from anywhere and everywhere, and they'll come at all times of the night.
Does it make you wish you hadn't built it?
Never. No. Great to have you play here. You're very welcome.
It's been 8 years since we first told this story. Folks have now flocked here from 40.
That's so cool. 8 years ago, told the
9
story. Now it's
states
the full-on invitational.
And 8 countries.
8
Even
countries?
professionals like women's Grand Slam champion Madison Keys visited. And Mark has let them all play for free.
So dope.
But he's now 74.
Aw.
Has Parkinson's. And says it's getting hard to keep this up.
Dude.
We just want to sustain it into the future.
How are you going to do
Hopefully
that?
kids that
we
played
also-
8 years ago and stuff like that, when they come back from college and stuff, they willingly help keep up with it.
And we're working on that.
Mark says he's
Oh, I like how he has the little sign postage that said Wimbledon 4,000 miles that way.
confident he'll find someone, some way to keep this going. Feels he has to.
That's so
Because when
cool.
a
I want to know how I can help this dude do
Slice
that.
of heaven appears in an Iowa field. You don't sell. You just wait for the angels to show up. Steve
Field of Dreams reference.
Hartman on the road in
Dude.
Charles City, Iowa.
Man, some of these just genuinely make me smile. That's so dope. Of course, I didn't watch all of that, so I didn't realize the little slight sad about him getting older and how he did tournaments this whole time and how much it's grown. So this next one is called, quote, F That Rock. Destroy the lot of them. Stewart is on a mission to highlight the damage stone stacks in the Peak District can do to the environment. We're back over your way, PB.
Look at this state. Destroyed a lot of them. People were building them and I came along and pushed them over. I don't think they were too happy at first, but when I explained why, I didn't realise that. I didn't know that. Oh, I won't do that again.
Meet Stuart, also known as the Peak District Viking. He's a keen hiker who's on a mission to raise awareness of the damage stone stacks do to the environment by kicking them over.
And today, we're up here kicking cairns over. Nothing's stopping stupid.
The Peak District National Park Authority says the stacks have been made from stones taken from historic features near Mam Tor, which it says is damaging the environment.
This is what the wall should look like, and as you can see, there's all these crevices and nooks and crannies. That's where all the wildlife will live, anything from frogs, toads, insects.
Yeah, it's a good question. And I wonder if some people started to do it as almost like a ceremonial flag. Like you've climbed a mountain, you climbed Everest, you climbed whatever, and you put the flag in the ground, right? And so and cairns have the cairns on their own aren't environmentally bad, right? I think what's bad for here is people taking the stones out of the walls and the walkways and stuff like that is bad for a couple reasons. One, because now you're whittling down that wall, so it might become more dangerous, especially like people who aren't as experienced hikers. You lose track of the path. Those kind of things. I'm sure they're going to explain other ecological whatnot, but cairns aren't bad by themselves. I would imagine some people started to do it as like a ceremonial, like plant the flag, and then other people then was like, oh, that's the standard. That's what you do, I guess. Like it's the first time they've hiked it, and so then they do it, and it unfortunately becomes the tradition.
There are actually cairns up there for navigational purposes. So you start
Now I
removing
have an
stones from
excuse.
those navigational cairns. Some poor person comes
If you're
on
on
later
beaches,
on in
seems a
bad
viral
weather,
thing.
then they're basically going to get lost. People remove them from the path, and then that leads to erosion. Erosion leads to flooding and all the other environmental impacts. I'm trying to reach out to the landowner to see what he wants to do, if he wants to do anything about it, whether it's remove them or try and rebuild the wall. Even if a handful of people have realised the error of their ways, then that made it all worthwhile.
That's kind of a fun hobby, though, knowing you're also doing good. Just, F these kids and their little cairns. Pretty cool. So this next one, Matchy, this is in your ballpark. Prairie near Chicago, ?
Glimpse of Illinois history. In tonight's Weekend Journal, CBS's Noel Brennan takes us to a unique place where the past is being carefully rebuilt for the future.
2 hours west of Chicago.
We're looking at a beautiful morning on the prairie here at Nuesday Grasslands.
In northern Illinois, a gateway opens to the past.
There's really only a few thousand acres of tallgrass prairie like this left in Illinois.
But when Elizabeth Bach rolls over the rolling hills of Nuesday Grasslands near Franklin Grove,
This is our normal way to get around the preserve, yeah.
she sees the future.
And that future is built on the foundations of our past.
A foundation where the prairie flourished and buffalo roamed.
Sweet.
Just a couple hours west of Chicago, there's more than 4,000 acres of restored tallgrass prairie and one herd of bison.
Grazing is something, especially from bison, that's been absent from the state of Illinois since the 1870s.
But in 2014, the Nature Conservancy, a global environmental nonprofit, brought bison back.
All right.
As a research scientist, Elizabeth studies how the herd of about 100 bison impacts the prairie.
This is the best part of my job, is to get to be out here and I look at these plants every year.
Every spring, as calves are born and flowers bloom, she checks on plots of plants in areas where bison graze and where they don't.
Areas where the bison are grazing heavily will keep a shorter structure for the grasses and plants there, and that's a good thing for certain types of birds and insects and small mammals and reptiles.
Just by grazing and wallowing,
Where they roll around on their backs.
the big mammals create microhabitats.
We are seeing
that's cool.
changes in the abundance of certain insects like ground beetles and dung beetles.
And when they shed their winter coats, bison help birds build their homes.
The birds will pick it up and weave it into their nests.
At Nuesday Grasslands, the buffalo roam and restore. Noel Brennan, CBS News.
I feel
Ogle
that,
County,
Nim.
Illinois.
Or an Eeyore. Okay, the next one is Love Bugs, Not So Lovely. And then we are on the final stretch. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 after this. So 7 counting this. Trying to scrape love bugs off a hiking trail in South Korea. You know you've played a lot of Grounded when A, on the previous Newsday story, when they start talking about beetles, I think about our arch enemies. And then B, when I see this in the background, if you look in the background of this video on the left-hand side, there's like a green, it almost looks like a bunch of bamboo poles or something sideways. It made me think of the grass pallets, the plank pallets in Grounded. Getting milked by a machine too, hell yeah. We've lost the plot. The insects fly in pairs as they mate. They're called love bugs, but nobody seems to love them. In fact, a lot of people in South Korea want them dead. The thumbnail-sized insects began swarming parts of Seoul and nearby cities in mating pairs last month, triggering a summer infestation. Again, back in July. We're getting caught up. Municipal workers have been spraying water in response, but many frustrated residents wish they would break out the poison. All over their like tombstones. That's just the ancestors trying to talk in Braille or something. Directed people to use water instead of pesticide to repel the critters, saying they're beneficial to the environment. That's the little fly swatter thing. The infestation should end naturally by the weekend, an expert said. Damn. Okay. Chucky Arcade. Also, I think I showed the Newsday a couple weeks ago of there was a worker, somebody who was the Chucky of Chuck E. Cheese in the mascot outfit, and he got arrested while in costume. Wicked. Unlucky lad, that.
Launched a new arcade for grown-ups. It's called Chuck's Arcade. Features classic and new games along with animatronic characters like us old-timers knew and loved. Chuck's Arcade is open
We
in
have
malls.
Flying Ant Day. Once a year, they just fly about everywhere. I don't know about Flying Ant Day, but we definitely have our sequences of like locusts, not locust, what are they called? Cicadas cue the cicada clip, but cicadas, and then we do have flying ants, but I don't know of a day where it's just like notoriously bad.
Across the country, but right now its only location with pizza is in Kansas City, Missouri, but we
Wait,
did check.
Chuck E. Cheese's only location with pizza currently is in Missouri.
And there's a Chuck's Arcade at the mall.
And we struggle to find what's wrong with the world these days, right? It's that Chuck E. Cheese not having pizza nationwide.
Mall of Georgia. Download
Mall
Fox
of
Local
Georgia?
for live streaming, news, and more.
A Chuck E. Cheese arcade,
Chuck E. Cheese
baby.
has launched a new arcade for grown-ups. It's called Chuck's Arcade. Features classic and new games along with animatronic characters like us old-timers knew and loved. Chuck's Arcade is open in malls across the country, but right now its only location with pizza is in Kansas City, Missouri, but we did check, and there's a Chuck's Arcade.
Oh, it's the only Chuck E.'s arcade with pizza. Okay, the next one is called Coral Patriotism. So earlier we had a Manhattan-sized coral reef. This is a different form of coral.
Find patriotism in our now bitterly
wow, that's wicked.
divided nation. Is it praise or protest? Is it a clenched fist or a helping hand? Definitions vary. But tonight I have an example I think we can all agree on. A story I first told back in 2022 at the annual All-State Chorus in Louisville, Kentucky. Every year, 600 of Kentucky's best high school singers gather at the convention center to practice and perform.
It can get a little noisy.
But it's what happens back at the hotel that brought me here. A special performance.
Oh, wait,
Now in its
all of the different groups sing in this cool acoustic
38th
lobby?
year. Back in 1987, late one night, a small group of kids, still wired from practice, gathered along the balcony here.
Everybody's chatting away, waving hi to each other.
Choir director Brett Burton was a student at the time.
There's just certain things that happen in life that leave a memory on you.
And this is one of them.
It was just something amazing.
Today, the same wonder unfolds in much the same way. The waving, the ruckus, and then, out of nowhere...
Okay, another thing this reminds me of is during COVID, when, like, you know, everyone was kind of, like, quarantined in the house, you would see these videos start popping up of, like, an apartment complex. And, like, one person on their porch, like, people on their porch and their balconies, and they're all, like maybe their balconies face the courtyard. And all of a sudden, these impromptu, like, incredible... performances would happen from random neighbors who maybe never even knew each other sing or anything like that, and they would just like spontaneously happen. This kind of like the beginning of this event. Now it's a yearly tradition, but the organic spawning of it reminds me of that COVID stuff.
The hum.
Someone sings a pitch. It can be anyone from anywhere. Once one person starts, everyone wants to be a part of it.
Oh, that's
Eventually,
cool.
the entire hotel catches
It's
on,
perfect.
And then you're singing the national anthem.
That's super dope.
Some say it's the acoustics here at the Hyatt Regency. Others, the sheer volume of talent. But whatever the reason,
Dude,
one thing is clear.
600-ish chorus people. All that's cool, and they start with one note, and they try to like, oh, that's so
This
fire.
Is patriotism.
This is patriotism.
It's like a cylinder of sound.
It's all around you.
So surreal.
It's
And it's completely organic. There's no planning or adult direction. This is all kids from all walks of life who every year make it a priority to fill this hotel atrium with a riveting reminder that we are not a nation of soloists, but a chorus
Oh, what a bar, that line.
of shared values that when joined together resonate like nothing the world has ever heard.
So dope. Damn, that's a good
Steve
one.
Hartman, on the road.
Dude, that's a good one. The music like surrounds you. That's what I was thinking when you said 8K. I'm in space. Dude, that's a good one. It's got me a little emotional, man.
Is the oldest operating company in the world. This company is older than the printing press,
older than gunpowder.
Remember a video being out on Facebook ages ago and you put headphones on and it made it feel like it was all over the place. I also remember a video on Facebook a while ago and you thought everything was fine and you were watching a car drive down like an Italian countryside and then all of a sudden, it came out at you.
Older than most religions. While empires crumbled...
Most startups dream of surviving 5 years. Congo Gumi has survived 1,400. What can we learn from a company that's older than most countries? They never chased trends, stuck to what they knew best, merit over bloodline, even adopted outsiders when family wasn't capable. The real lesson, they didn't just build temples, they solved a timeless human need, the desire for sacred spaces and cultural preservation. When Japan's bubble economy burst, modern debt nearly killed this ancient giant, but community loyalty saved them.
Civilizations disappeared. This Japanese family business just kept working. Same craft, same techniques, generation after generation. They survived samurai wars, massive earthquakes, World War II bombing raids, economic crashes that killed million-dollar corporations overnight. Meet Congo Gumi, founded in 578 AD. Yes, you heard that right. 578. The world's oldest company, started by a Korean craftsman invited by Prince Shotoku to build Japan's first Buddhist temple. They've been temple builders ever since. For over 1,400 years, nothing could stop them, until 2005. This ancient company almost died from something completely modern: debt. They borrowed too much money during Japan's bubble economy. 4 billion yen was crushing them. The founder's bloodline was about to end after 40 generations. Then a local construction boss stepped in. Not for profit, not for glory. He said one sentence that saved centuries of history. Letting Congo Gumi die would be Osaka's shame. Today, their master carpenters still use wooden joints so precise they don't need a single nail. They can shave wood thinner than tissue paper. Congo Gumi is still building temples, still preserving traditions, still proving that the best
40 generations is wild.
Problem.
Naturally makes me want to get back on, especially earlier during Gamescom opening night. We watched the new Ghost of Yotai trailer. We gotta go back and beat Ghost of Tsushima.
That never go away. 1,446 years and counting.
Oldest company in the operating company in the world. I think one of like the Dutch East India Company is also really old, but I don't know if it's still operating. So we're on our last three. This next one called Uber be taxin'. 2 academic studies from Columbia and Oxford have now confirmed that Uber used algorithmic wage discrimination to raise fares and diminish drivers' pay on billions of rides in order to boost profits. We ran an experiment with 7 Uber drivers in one room, and we saw exactly how Uber and Lyft are using algorithms to rip off drivers and make as much profit as possible.
Because it's rigged in their favor, right?
In 2023, a law professor...
Oh, I agree with that 100%, Clipper.
...published a paper with shocking implications. Her research found that tech firms like Uber and Lyft were using secret algorithms to dictate what drivers earn, based on factors we can't even see. She called it algorithmic wage discrimination. And this technology, or revolution, isn't restricted to rideshare companies.
Once that technology is in there, they can raise prices on a hot summer day.
Okay, now this is where it gets real spooky. Walmart to digitize shelf labels. They can raise prices on like minute to minute almost.
You know, I want a lot of ice cream. I want lemonade. They're running low. They can raise the price.
The price of milk, even your paycheck, the very fabric of our economy, all controlled by invisible and unaccountable algorithms. We called 7 experienced drivers to a high-traffic area in Los Angeles with the sole purpose of testing if rideshare companies are paying different rates for the same rides. At the start, each driver will activate their screen capture software, open up the app, and place their...
All the price tags in our littles are digital?
...phones on the table. Why the table? Sergio has done similar experiments, and the rate disparities were blamed on location differences.
Whoa, they're tapped into the matrix now. 7 phones.
He's
he's getting paid $1 more if he goes there, according to the map, and nobody else is. Nobody else is seeing that dollar surge.
We found that Uber offered the same rides 46 times to multiple drivers. 63% of the time, one of the drivers was offered a bit less money for the exact same.
Damn. Okay. Obviously that's not the whole story. I will try to find the rest of that. If anyone's curious, just hit me up on Discord and I'll send that. Okay, the penultimate story for this glorious August 19th Newsday. NASA's new tech.
About vortex
How
generators.
NASA reinvented the wheel.
Which are these little fins that stick up out of the wing of a plane to trip the airflow into turbulence. This is important for takeoff and landing, to keep the flow attached to the wing so you don't stall.
But when you're up at cruise and you don't need those vortices being generated, you want these to stow because they're a drag penalty. As the plane just climbs from takeoff to cruise, we go from some temperature on the ground to something close to -50, -60 C at cruise. The alloy is designed in between those so that we can just take advantage of the ambient temperature change that happens in the environment.
Yo, hey, thank you so much for gifting the homie Sativa a sub, Nim. Appreciate you, dog. That's
when we cool this one
huge
down,
gifted. Very,
no
very
controller, no.
Oh, now we got a hype train. That'll do it. Yo, thank you for the 100 bits, microdose. Couple of years. Thank you for the gifted again, Nim. The 100 bits. Very cool.
Operator.
Appreciate it. So you said something just now. You said Walmart is going to be a dinosaur once Bezos figures out same day delivery. Along those lines, I'm trying to find a video that I just found like the last 2 days. And it's of Walmart doing like airdrops. I don't know if y'all have seen it, but it's like Walmart's doing airdrops now, but it's only on like non-fragile items basically, right? Non-fragile items. So in this one video, this woman ordered like pistachios and walnuts or something like that, and it got dropped. But like when you look at the packaging used for as little as they're delivering, which already is the case when things are getting delivered as they have been, but this is like literally it's got a little parachute attached to it and they fly over. It was wicked.
It autonomously stays flat.
The temperature at which the material transitions between austenite...
Yeah, it was. It kind of like dropped. If you didn't know it was coming and you were just like suntanning in your backyard or something, that would knock somebody cold.
Martensite can be tuned to be anywhere between...
I like a good hype train ending. I hate going to the store and
minus
scanning at
150
self-checkout.
to positive 350 degrees Celsius. This is done by changing the ratio of the elements and using different heat treatments.
And then as that would heat back up, coming into landing.
Oh, that's cool, dude. It's like a flap that automatically adjusts based on temperature.
Goes right back up.
Yo,
This
that's
principle has
dope.
been extended to operate the main flaps on an aircraft. Now, the heating and cooling is not passive, but controlled by a heating element.
So we've done demonstrations where you have a 737 aircraft and no hydraulic actuators on the wing box. All we have is a shuttle mechanism that's driven by 2 tubes of nitinol, and we've driven those ailerons and flap elements on the wing box of a 737 in flight, 60 degrees flap angle down, 30 degrees flap angle up, just by heating and cooling 2 tubes of nitinol.
Yo, again, thank you for the hype train we got going on, gentlemen. Okay, while looking for the video of the airdrop, I saw a different video I wanted to show, and I'm gonna just go ahead and show it. It's Travis Scott and Spike Lee doing. I'm sure y'all have all seen Trackstar, right? They test you on music. I thought this one was a very good episode.
Name the artist first wins a point. Let's go.
No cheating, brother Spike. This sounds like Public Enemy.
Fight the power. Yeah. Introduce yourselves. Hello, my name is Spike Lee.
ASAP Rocky.
What's your experience with Public Enemy?
Brother Spike, do the right thing. Having the whole Brooklyn shut down.
But another thing, though. Opening credit sequence. Rosie Perez. Yeah. Ready for another song?
It's white line.
I heard.
Is this the same video that I was gonna show you? It is. So Clipper, this is perfect timing. You know, so one thing I've started to also do in the little Newsday segment, let me just show you real quick. Is again, I've been separating some of the stories. What used to all go to Newsday is now kind of split up. Some are just in the react section of any given stream, and then the other ones go to Newsday. Well, this one.
Dreams, big goals, ain't got to scale down. Look at me, still standing. I done went 12 rounds. Pay the guy. Only time I ever knelt down, said I couldn't, but I did it. They having meltdowns.
Yo, thank you so much for the 5 gifted, sis. You're the best sister on the planet. Hitting out to Thick Blunt, James, Toxic Soul King, Ren Flames, and Davey. That's solid. Most of those we know pretty well.
I wanna feel your legs all over my ears.
Yo, how many lifetime bits are you up to now, Microdose? Couple of years. Ooh. Okay, so in these sections, I wanted to show Clipper this. So like I have, you see this right now, I have like a little subdivision and community members. So I got something I want to show Ben. I had something I wanted to show Clipper, which is the video we're watching. Now, in the latest Creed J challenge, which just ended officially last night with Clipper narrowly beating Katie in the colors theme. Thank you again, guys. We got a level 3, almost a level 3. We're at a level 2 hype train. Anyways, in his colors playlist, Clipper has a song White Lines, okay? And so when I heard this in this track star, I was like, I gotta show Clipper this. While we're here, I also wanted to show Matchy these two. So we'll show them these two, and then we'll wrap up Newsday for the season.
About the music video.
Yo, welcome back in, Ren. Oh, stop it.
Still standing, I done went 12 rounds. Pay the guy. Only time I ever knelt down, said I couldn't, but I did it. They having meltdowns. I'ma leave it there.
I'm gonna leave it there. That's the homie Jam. Someone I knew growing up. He's a pretty solid rapper. Wanted to shout him out with a little alert. Yo, that hit. Yo, thank you, Clipper, immensely. Jay, Nim, excuse me, for getting it started by gifting out to Sativa and then Microdose with the 100. Clipper hitting Trav's a homie, Chavi, Yasko, Promise Mandy, and In a Thing. You in a thing? I'm in a thing. Okay.
I was in film school.
Wait, hold on.
At Sugar Hill Records. We gave it to him. It wasn't even finished. You see, it's scotch tape from the edits.
Are we gonna get a music video directed by?
Blame Brother Spike, man. He too busy.
Wait a minute. I'm not going all over the world. Mine's in Brooklyn.
We need a GoFundMe for Young Felon's new music video.
Michael Jackson told me, don't call him a music video, so I'm calling him a short film, Spike. Please contribute to my short film with A$AP
Honestly, Michael Jackson saying that tracks, because if no, like, the era of the 80s, especially with MTV, really turned the music video into almost its own art form, and sometimes a good music video can elevate a song far better than it would have. Yo, Matchy with an elite gifted sub to Amaranth. Hey, man. Shooter's got to shoot, dude. I love that. Yeah. But Michael Jackson, and in particular Thriller, right? His music videos were like short movies.
Nobody?
Yo, I love that, Matchy. Well done. Whoa. Whoa, Blue Jay with more? 5 more? Wait, we gotta be close. We might be getting close. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I think, alert. I think we're at a new all-time high in subs. Not this. No. Wrong one. Here we go. Boom. Now, sometimes I never know what's the true number, but this says 139. Our previous high was 134. We're also, I don't even want to say it because it's going to sound, okay. I don't want to say it, but also we're so close, and I would hate to not hit it again. We've been close twice. Look, if all I'm going to show, this is all I want to show. It keeps track of this, and look, you get in the new emote slot at certain thresholds. That's all. No one has to do anything. Who cares? It's one emote slot. Ooh. That's all. That means they would bite me like crazy, because we all know that I am. So we already did do the spin for the boosters in the Discord, and Blue Jay, you did win. I did that in the Discord, I believe. And then Clipper, I owe you for the Creed J winning.
I'm named after Rakim.
Yo, we were on a hype train level 6. I don't even know what to say. Like, y'all are too kind. I'm just trying to show y'all some fun videos. And y'all bless me more than I can say. Like, look at this. Hype train level 6. You guys are the best around. And nothing that they say is going to keep you down.
My parents was crazy enough to name me after one of the illest MCs and
Yo,
artists.
I love Rakim.
Shout outs to him.
He's I always say he's in my like top 5 of all time.
That guy's wearing a Boston Red Sox hat.
He was probably the first one who truly started to use like internal rhyme and in rhyme, slant rhyme. Like he would literally have like 4 or 5 different rhyme schemes going on at the same time.
Oh, you suck.
Of course, Spike's gonna give the Red Sox hat guy some hate.
My man, I don't want to get jumped in Central Park.
Drop me off.
Elsa's Gerald.
Yo, what's happening, Clipper?
Only time I ever knelt down, said I couldn't, but I did it. They having meltdowns.
Yo, we are above 150. What is happening? We're at 154. Guys, I can't like. Okay, new DNAC got hit. Coach got hit by that. Great. These are what's also cool when y'all randomly gift them. I love when at least 2, if not at least 3 of them are people we see semi-regularly.
Yes. It was Malcolm X when they was talking about Boston Red and they was showing the Joe Frazier
No,
fight.
Joe Louis.
Oh, man,
Joe
I'm
Louis,
sorry,
come
y'all.
on now.
Joe Louis, before my time.
All right, another song.
Did I say Travis? I'm sorry. Obviously ASAP Rocky.
You know it?
You fuck with this?
I don't know. This is like the biggest right now.
Yeah, this Playboy Cardi, man.
I'm going to check him out. Bruce
The balls.
Springsteen. This is the end credit song for 25th hour.
Why Bruce Springsteen?
One of my best friends, John Cole.
Yo, appreciate the alert, Katie.
Springsteen are tight, and so I said, can you
My card declined. L. Efi as lose
Bruce
usual. That's funny.
said, take it.
I love his album covers. The American flags is inspirational.
Oh, that is true.
I never thought about that before.
Come on.
Steven Still with Public Enemy. My deal.
was your
and
idea.
I brought this to Public Enemy, and then went to Steven. They said, let's do it together.
All right, what we got? It's 4-3.
That's such a flex, though, dude. Being able to be like, that's my girl when a quiz comes up and Rihanna song. Yeah, dude, what a flex. That would be messed up, babe. I think she's actually says it's supposed to, if I'm not mistaken, I learned over the years you're supposed to pronounce it Rihanna, actually, not Rihanna. Rihanna. Yo, thank you so much, PB. We only have 2 more. And honestly, no. If you give me, hold on. What we'll do is we're gonna go ahead. He does really well. Spike eventually wins. I'll post the link to this one in chat so anyone can watch the rest of it. Spike eventually wins because, in large part, because the final question is a more. All right, I gotta get done. I'm gonna all alerts are going off. Thank you so much. With level 7 hype train, I kind of want to juice it. Leafy, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Microdose for the bits. Nim and my sis getting into another duel. Clipper with 10. I don't deserve y'all. But just I do want to get this finished, and then y'all can juice me up further. I'll hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna show the last one. So I'm gonna post this. I'm scattered everywhere. Okay, boom. This is the link. I just posted it in chat already. Boom. This is the last official Newsday story, and then I'll show Matchy the 2 baseball ones that I wanted to show. Thank you guys so much. We're at a level 7. Our career high is level 9. I feel like I shouldn't turn off alerts, but okay, I just named this one Amazing Story. And this is the final one because I'm going to try to end on an absolute banger. I'll call her whatever she wants. What? My car. Oh, yeah. I'll call her whatever she wants. Yep. I'm trying to end on bangers. Here we go.
Agarwal loves
Hold on, I got to
music.
refresh it. The audio wasn't on.
Tonight, harnessing the healing power of music for shelter animals. 12-year-old UV Agarwal loves music, playing the piano since he was 4. He also loves animals, and after noticing how his music helped calm his restless golden doodle Bozo, he had an idea. Could pets in shelters benefit too? So a couple of years ago, he created a non-profit organization called Wild Tunes with help from his parents.
We get volunteers to come and play an instrument or sing for them, and it helps.
Oh, damn it. I was
Calm
muted.
them down.
So far, he's recruited about 100 volunteer musicians
Yo,
and
y'all are
singers
elite, though. Y'all are on it. I appreciate it.
to perform at 9 shelters in Houston, New Jersey, and Denver. Volunteer Sarah McDonough plays the flute.
So I think it's very important to give them something different than what they're used to in their little tiny cages and makes them more adoptable.
Like crazy, because we all know that I am perpetually moist. I mean, never mind.
Clipper Fury gifted a tier 1 subscription to username.
I don't, man. Dude, I don't deserve this. Y'all stop, man.
I wanna feel your legs.
So much for me turning off the alerts, I guess. Dude.
Oh, I wanna take your brain back a couple of years.
Dude, thank y'all. Stop. You gifted 23 subs? What does that even... How do you even do that? You would have... Did you type in manually 23? Did you do it for Michael Jordan? I gotta make fun of it just to not cry. Dude, Clipper, thank you so much for the 23 gifted on top of what, the 10 you've already done? I can't even read off all of these names. Ray Hoda, the numbers. I mean, Clipper's done like 33 today. Blue Jay with at least 10. Nim with at least 10.
Watch how listening to live music affected these animals at Fort Bend Animal Shelter. After just a few...
You go blind when you hit Hype Train level 10?
Few minutes of playing, they went from excited...
Your alerts can
more relaxed.
Suck it. Circuit City. Rest in peace. Can we get some 07s for Circuit City?
Witnessing firsthand the power of music to comfort, UV now hopes to take Wild Tunes nationwide.
And we're cheering you on.
Yo, where can I give some of this love back to Yuri? Because he deserves it.
America Strong tonight, harnessing the healing power of music for shelter animals.
12-year-old UV Agarwal loves music.
The Big Red Plug
Playing
store,
the
yeah.
piano since he was 4. He also loves...
Well, Creed's fun to watch.
Yo, Leafy, thank you for the 30 bits. Dude, I don't know how much, like, there's other things, like, people can see that, like, Nim and Clipper and Blue Jay have gifted X amount and done these, and Sauce, shout out Sauce and his 6,000 bits, Nim's 5,000, but that, it's the time y'all spend in here, man. It's hanging out with me in Discord.
Loves animals, and after noticing how his music helped calm his restless golden doodle Bozo, he had an idea.
Clipper also, when, you know, I bought the UFC Fight Night the other night, Clipper sent me money to help chip in when he didn't have to.
Pets in shelter.
He bought me Dicey Dungeons. Sauce bought me Elden Ring Night Rain. Like, there's stuff that you can't see here on Twitch that people do in the background, and that deserves its love. Okay, so PB, I know you got to go to bed. It's almost 2. It's 1:30 in the morning your way, and your missus is expecting. Everyone give some love to PB. One thing I'm going to do with this love that y'all are giving me is we as a community are buying PB's kid a teddy bear or something to go in the crib. Okay, I'm going to figure out a way. I don't know if PB trusts me to give him his address or whatever. We'll figure out a way, but we're buying him as a community, his kid, a bear. And if anyone else is an expecting parent, I want y'all to let us know, because we were going to find a way to help y'all out as well. I asked PB if he wanted diapers or anything of that kind of stuff. He said that they're pretty good. And then he said he would send me the registry or whatever it's called for babies. But anyways, dude, I appreciate it. PB, you've already watched this story, but because I was a sop or whatever, I'm running it back.
Years ago, he created a...
But that's Newsday for this glorious August 19th. This was about a 2.5 hour long one. I'm so sorry.
Non-profit organization called Wild Tune.
Level 9. So what's the difference? How do you know which one's the record? Was it that one or the previous level 9 one? Ooh, what emotes did y'all get? I mean, if PB makes an Amazon wish list, I can buy stuff off that and it's shipped to him without me knowing his address. Ooh, Elite Comms. We might need to figure something out like that.
With help from his parents.
We get volunteers.
And really, for anyone who needs help with stuff,
come and play an instrument or sing for them. And
because there's going to be times where some people will have the extra funds to help out, but then maybe they need help in a couple months, and then it's, we pay it forward.
Calm them down.
So far, he's recruited about 100 volunteer musicians and singers to perform at 9 shelters in Houston, New Jersey, and Denver. Volunteer Sarah McDonough plays the flute.
So I think it's very important to give them something different than what they're used to.
Bro, I'm at 177. Like, in a way, it's like, I don't even want to sound ungrateful, but I don't know if I need that many subs. Like, in terms of the average viewer count, and like, which I have no idea what it's been lately. I do know one stat, and I'm so thankful for y'all for helping make it true, is that I want to say like 11 straight streams at least I've hit double-digit viewers. Like the max viewer count, I don't know what the average is. I don't look at that. But the max viewer count has hit double digits for like 11 straight streams without a single raid. If you go back 12 streams ago, we got one raid from Word. But like, it didn't bring me up into double digits, if that makes sense. So thanks to you guys, that was cool to see.
In their little tiny cages and makes them more adoptable.
Watch how listening to live music affected these animals at Fort Bend Animal Shelter.
You're down 4,000 in parlays. Although Leafy almost hit, he had 5 of 6 or 6 out of 7. If he hit one extra person, he would have hit for like 28,000.
After just a few minutes of playing,
until he finds out. Now I'm curious. I was just hoping we could hit 140 to unlock one animated emote slot. We hit 150, which is another standard emote slot. I'm guessing there's one at 160 and 170.
They went from excited to more relaxed.
And Nim and Clipper, me, you, and Kalesis, we need to figure out how we're going to do BG3. Like, is it going to be something that all 4 of us want to play every step of the way? So we're going to need to wait until all of us are available each time to play? Or are certain people who might have played Baldur's Gate 3 more, are they cool with dropping in and dropping out?
And the power of music to comfort, UV now hopes to take Wild Tunes nationwide.
And we're cheering you on.
I agree, PB. Do you want to do it sometime? Do you try to do it before the baby comes, or do you want to wait until after the baby comes, after you're back home and back after, like, the missus has kind of gotten into kind of a comfortable home rhythm and you can get away for a couple hours? Which obviously means we might need to wait several weeks, but...
Tonight, harnessing the healing power of music for shelter animals.
Okay, so that is officially Newsday. We've rewatched that one. I just gave bits because I was bored and it was free. Was it free? I appreciate it. And you get emotes and badges and stuff like that. For anybody who's got over 1,000 career bits, you should have a Darth Vader badge. You should have an Anton Chigurh badge. Okay, these are the 2 baseball ones I wanted to show Matchy real quick. We showed these in stream yesterday, but I think Matchy was working. Let's turn all of the alerts back on real quick. Thank you again, guys. I don't necessarily think that I have imposter syndrome because, and this might sound cocky, but I do think that my stream is better than a lot of streams, especially nowadays when people just stream their nutsack because their iPhone 19 has 4K capability and they could stream anything. And so the average stream has got a long way to go. I do think I have a good stream. I try to make a decent product, but I still don't think I deserve what y'all give me. Okay, so Matchy, you might have seen this, but a pitcher got called for a balk, because of a lightning strike. Hold on, let me run this back.
1-1 the count on Paulie. A huge.
I mean, he wasn't even fooling his windup. He kind of started the first back kick and it crashed.
Crash of lightning as Contreras kicked, and it's a balk.
Wow.
I've gotten far enough in my runs. You can play whenever.
Call that a balk and everybody jumped.
Mother Nature.
That would certainly help keep things moving. I figured the three of y'all are all kind of in that situation. Kalizis might have the most hours. I don't know about Clipper, but I know Kalizis has well over 300 hours in that game. So he probably will also be down to do that. I guess I need to and he does all the damage.
Gives Jacksonville a run. It's
y'all are down. Okay, poker night in the Discord is sounding likely. I love to see that. Play poker, but I want to watch. Okay, I'm not too fussed. Either way, I'm game. Love that. Only the elite have the Dexter badge.
I don't know how you could argue that. Unfortunately,
it's unfortunate timing. I don't think I've
I'd
ever
stream
seen
my
that
nutsack
before.
if I got paid for it. Yo, PB. Okay, we don't need the Newsday stuff anymore. Thank you. That means a lot.
I mean,
W
that
community.
Was a humongous
yeah, for the most part.
Roll of thunder, as if Zeus was throwing a thunderbolt.
You just add the NPCs to your party from the camp. But what about, so that's for the NPCs. What about y'all's character? Or would I not be able to use them? You can only have 4 people total. The rest are at camp. So if someone is not there, it would be 3 real people and you pick 1 NPC. So I can't use, oh yeah, it was a great Zeus reference. So I wouldn't be able to use y'all's characters.
1-1 the count on Paulie.
Which would be fine. I would imagine people might not want items taken off of them. Okay, so I wanted to show Matchy that, and then this other one. I named it Smart Husband at Cubs Games. Matchy might know this guy by his name. He might know the guy. This guy might know Matchy. But Pink Hat Guy, Jim Anixter, has owned Cubs tickets since 1967. Says he wears hats so wife of 46 years knows he's at the game and not cheating. And in the great use of captioning, Coldplay CEO could have learned a thing or two from Pink Hat Guy. So great. Okay, so we're going to disable desktop audio in my VOD. We're going to turn music back on slightly since we're done with Newsday. Very smart, man. I do not think you can use a player's character if they're not there. Okay, that's completely cool with me. I was just curious how it would work. But it does have drop in, drop out in the sense that their character would keep all the stuff that's in their inventory, and when they join back the next time, they'll, other than leveling, I guess, they'll just slot in seamlessly. Smart man, right man. Catch you soon. Hope y'all have a great day. PB, Herbie, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope I smother you in FPL this weekend. I'm glad that we got more people active in it. It's gonna keep me more active and actually checking my lineup. I say that when college football starts back up, whole new demon. Speaking of which, I have my college football fantasy football draft this Saturday. Later Microdose, later PB, your homies. Microdose, I need to hit you up. We got to get up ASAP. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Give Nova and Layla some love for your boy. I've made a good sub. Ooh. I think, don't you only have like X amount of transfers allowed like each like week or each month or something? I was trying to be reserved on my yo, appreciate it. I'm trying to be reserved on my transfers for now. Oh yeah. This is the rhythm of the night. They like Mozart? Yo, they probably like that music that kid was playing at the end. Yeah, 1 a week can build up to 4 max. Okay, great comms. They like Mozart to complimenting your dog. Okay, that's what I was hoping you were going with that. That was perfect, Microdose. Well done. In Baldur's Gate 3, multiplayer character. Oh, let me take my blazer off. It's so hot. Oh, my mic's muted. Yo, that was like a 2.5 hour long news day. We started at like 5:40. Sauce is knee deep in Night Rain. We played after stream yesterday. Sauce and I played some Night Rain, and he was definitely rusty. We both were, but he, you know, was like he was beating himself up because he felt like he wasn't as good as normal. And he said he was off today, so he was gonna play most of the day and get the rust off.